Dark clouds cloak the sky, whispers in the deep, waking to the battle cry, where guardians never sleep. From the rifts they rise, evil gleams in cold dead eyes. The coalition's shadow looms, but Epsilon never dies. Stand strong and follow on, fight until the end. Hold the line, defend us, where heroes will transcend. Lights pierce the void, justice dares the night. Together we ascend, our future burning bright. Cities shrouded in despair, fear's grip tightens fast, but united we will stand, our bonds forever cast. Stand strong and follow on, fight until the end. Hold the line, defend us, where heroes will transcend. Lights pierce the void, justice dares the night. Together we ascend, our future burning bright. Hold the line, defend us, heroes will transcend. Cities shrouded in despair, fear's grip tightens fast, but united we will stand, our bonds forever cast. Dark clouds fill the sky, creatures start to creep, heroes awake to gunfire, guardians never sleep. From the rifts they crawl, evil in their eyes. The coalition come for all, Epsilon never dies. Stand strong, Epsilon, fight till the end. Hold the line, defenders, in shadow. Fear grips every heart, but we stand united, never torn apart. Stand strong, Epsilon. Fight till the end. Hold the line. Defenders, heroes will transcend. Lights flash in the dark. Justice boldly shines. Together we will rise. Defenders, heroes will transcend. Dark clouds cloak the sky, whispers in the deep. Waken to the battle cry, where guardians never sleep. From the rifts they rise, evil gleams in cold dead eyes.
You don't look like you're on mushrooms.
Welcome, everyone.
1 week without the darkness. Just
Welcome, everyone, to Rifts, Refugees, and Royalties, episode 33. I am Circus Freak, your GM guide for this playthrough of the Savage Worlds Rifts system. And these are my players. Let's go ahead, go around, introduce ourselves, let us people know, in case they're new here, because we do have almost double the amounts we had for subscribers last week, who you are, what you play, what we're doing, and go from there. And let's start with X-Boys, because he's on the top of the video list for me.
Hello, I am X-Boys. I am Kevin, the glitter boy, the best glitter boy.
I don't know if
very
that
good
helps.
boy.
I don't know if that
is
helps.
the, yeah. He's the best one.
Qualifiers always help.
Yeah, he's the best. This is how it is.
It's like saying, "Woo, I'm the best glitter boy." It says, I don't know.
Well,
if
I've
it
got
has the same effect.
I'm taking that name back from the gays. Okay.
He's
They're
going
like-
to ride
They're
eternal,
like,
shiny and chrome.
you can have it, sister.
See, I knew you were one of us, my ginger.
They did claim you.
I am supposed to be the leader of this ragtag group here, and we are currently in a city. Yeah, and I'll pass it on. Do you want to pass it on? Or you want me to?
I got it.
Okay.
We'll move right on down the line to Frost.
Hi, I'm Frost. I play Hans, the time-traveling vampire who's now stuck with these lovely people. I mean, accompanying these lovely people.
Wow.
And part of the team. Totally part of the team. Yes. And, well, I'm looking at Motel 36. You
Oh,
soon
no.
will also be looking at Motel 36. So,
This is not the first Motel 36, by the way.
hey, it says live girl.
Yes, it does.
So no
All of the-
vampire
all of the other
ties
ones
here.
died.
I'm
They-
sorry.
They crossed the
There's
S
only one.
out because the rest got murdered.
Yeah, exactly. One of
thought it
these
would be a
things is a
backwards S.
lie, if you remember the previous episode.
Uh-oh. Mm.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was like, wait, which? A lot of things that could be a lie. Okay. Hi.
Speaking of things that could be a lie, Mega.
Hey, Mega Reacts here.
I play Lucian Lazar, the mind melter, who was basically a product of war, grown up in war his whole life, and now I'm with this ragtag group of heroes who, yeah, we're just doing our thing, trying not to get ourselves killed, trying to do things for the greater good, and
Good old
The greater
PTSD
good.
revolutionary.
the greater good, the greater good, the greater good.
The good for me.
No, Lucian Lazar sees himself as a hero, and he's willing to get his hands dirty when needed. He can live with it.
He wants to.
And speaking of living with getting your hands dirty, the witch.
What an intro.
Wow.
Hello, hello. I play. I go over and I play Eden, Cyber Knight of the Legion. Mostly going over and just trying to keep people from dying
With her sword.
with my sword. Oh, there's a lot of
God.
monsters.
It's making sure the right people die.
It does have a
Well,
stun
Helps the
function.
other ones live.
We did learn that. She does have a stun function on that sword.
I
It
do
must
have
be
a stun
broken.
function.
It's
I
never
just
been
don't feel
used.
like using it for like bloody raiders that are going over and terrifying people.
You gotta move
That's
your
right.
finger to like tilt your thumb all the way to the left to activate it. It's unnatural.
Oh
Judge, jury,
dear,
and
my
executioner.
fingers seem to have slipped. I'm not doing that. Oh,
The
cold.
start button. Don't press the start button.
And I'm ready to get started.
And speaking of not pressing the start button, Anvek.
Oh, I've pushed all the buttons. I'm Anvek. I play Synthris. Dr. Paparazzi, tabloid enthusiast. He's got a lot of hobbies.
Merchant,
Merchant,
black
yes.
marketeer,
enthusiast.
negotiator.
He loves
Former
barns.
villain turned redemptive in a sort of manner type of crazy scientist guy who really is good with a camera.
He is the
Um,
camera.
He is
He is the camera.
his recording devices.
God of Zoom feature.
Although I think a full memory wipe may be necessary after last week.
This is why we have flash drives.
And speaking of a full memory wipe being necessary, our host JT.
What? Me? Where? First off, let me say, since the witch says I'm always mean to her, I'm gonna say something nice. You look much less swollen than normal. You've certainly lost some weight. You're looking good. That's a compliment. Less
That only
swollen.
works if it's true, though. I've gotten 5 more pounds.
I was
Well,
about to say,
well-
and people say an eating disorder is a bad thing.
The camera is not showing it. Okay, maybe I don't know. I don't weigh
She
you,
is-
but I'm saying
she
you
is wearing a darker
you look
color.
slimmer. You look
you know.
nice.
I can see why.
Could you
you're
go
not
back
the
to being
charismatic-
mean?
You have
Yes.
less.
Gay, Jake.
You
That
have
was gay.
you have less
And that's coming from the
inflammation.
glitter boy. Okay, that was super gay.
Did you
He
just put your
has-
candle up
He has
because of
never
that?
said I
Yeah.
look like I lost weight.
I know.
That's my
He hasn't
feeling.
said the same thing to me either.
Why would I say
Sorry.
you lost weight, Mega, when you tell us every 5 fucking minutes in every forum in the fucking server? Hey, I
Because
lost
I'm
40
proud.
pounds.
Because I'm proud. I'm
Yeah.
losing weight, man,
I
and I
know.
need positive reinforcement. You
Would-
fat fuck.
I'm okay with it though. But would you like your own channel in the server so you can tell us repeatedly how much weight you lost? Because I'll give you one.
I'm
Everyone
gonna make a
gets one.
server for you called Penguin.
In case you haven't noticed, everyone who annoys me gets their own channel in the server.
And I do have my own channel that I made myself because I knew I was gonna get annoying.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
welcome.
my.
You're welcome. I let you keep your weird channel. Anyway,
You know it's a
I
good
measured
channel.
my dick. It was.
for those watching in Kick, I like to watch it on Kick as well because of the less delay and the chat looks much nicer than YouTube. But we did just get monetized on YouTube, and we're trying to hit 1,000, and we need to hit 4,000 hours, and we're like close to that. And I think we're gonna hit the 1,000 because it jumped up like 400 in like a week, which is fucking crazy. But anyway,
I'm gonna quit watching on YouTube just out of spite. Let me
of
switch
course
over to
you
Kick.
are. Look, Slim, calm down.
Fuck you.
So please, if you could watch on YouTube, that would be helpful. And we can accept super chats now. instead of the normal way of doing things if you want to give bennies or whatever, or just support the channel. We do not have memberships yet. That will come at 1,000. Anyway, I will give it back to Circus to get this game underway.
Where did Greenvec go?
I don't know.
All right, and yes, once more, I am Circus
worry
Freak.
about where
I
I
am the
went.
GM. I am all the other players because that's just how it works. Being GM, all the other characters, and we are currently in the lovely town of Sapphire Cliffs, working on establishing relations and possibly making an alliance between the Kingdom City of Sapphire Cliffs and Castle Refuge. And I will go ahead and kick it back to you guys to recap what happened last week.
I love Frost's silent keyboard.
Well, I don't
Isn't
know
it
about
great?
the others, but I was.
I'm
filming one of
touching
the
it
most
like this.
I know they
videos.
lied
That's
to you when they
amazing.
told you it was silent. They lied.
Exactly.
Ah!
Ooh. Somebody's getting attacked.
You're right there, sir.
I almost dropped my fucking soda all over
All
the
right,
keyboard.
Mort.
Uh,
What do you want?
Oh, business as
scat.
usual.
No that.
We had
no
a-
this.
Oh dear.
Finishing off the council
Dave,
meeting.
totally silent keyboard.
Totally silent keyboard. I love it. Well, people like it
The
when I'm
most
doing the writing
silent
streams.
keyboards.
They're like, the clickety clack. I'm like, damn it, I thought it was quiet.
Well, it's nice
Have
when
it
you're
back. He
doing
said
that.
recap.
You're writing. You're supposed to hear it then.
Oh, there was a recap. Yeah, we did things.
Oh, what did we do? Did we do something?
Council.
The
We
past
finished
was
off the
past.
council meeting.
I got a drink. That's what I remember.
Yeah, and we did some downtime stuff. Kevin was washing off his mech like he does every time.
Wait, was he doing the he takes his shirt and knots it up here and gets a hose and doing the car wash thing, or
What
No.
was that tune you had for
Okay.
him? Cherry pop.
I was
Working out
I was
the cowboys.
implanting Jordan Peterson speeches into villagers' minds
Yes,
so
you
they
were.
could get to work.
Lucian has completely 180'd from how he first felt about this. Walked in first and he was like, "Man, these guys are oppressed. They're being forced to live down here in the slums, while the haves live up on top of the cliff." And then he
Those
got
haves.
to know some of the people below, and he's like,
I was wrong. I am not too large to admit I was wrong. These are just a bunch of lazy fucks. They deserve what they get.
And speaking of lazy fucks, or not so lazy fucks, thank you, Kyle, for the 15 gifted subs and
Thank you,
another NPC.
Kyle.
And
Even though
then
you're
we
probably not
also,
listening right now.
in my notes, I hear that there were Lilacs was born in the council meeting.
It's not Lilacs, it's Lil X.
Lilex. Yes, her
Lilex.
full name is Lilex Tra.
Yeah. People can find out later what the extra is.
Yep.
And yes, we will be having the Silent Witch record. That will not be going up on a live stream or probably a YouTube video. You'll have to join the Discord to listen to
That
that one.
might be a membership only sort of
Hey,
deal.
£5 gifted sub from Jiminy Monka. Oh, I think that's my first English super chat. That's awesome. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much, you
Woohoo.
people across the pond.
Cat, I don't need a
Yes,
cat
Dragon.
mustache.
Lil Extra is the Futanari bot. The Futanari Eden.
And
And that's why
if I
she has
remember
a little
correctly,
extra.
Eden kicked the crap out of some police officers, I think.
It was honorable combat, training sessions.
And then Synthris was watching more do stuff to Little Extra. I think,
I am a director.
yep. And I'm pretty sure Hans, I think you got some money from the casino. So there's at least that. Yeah.
Exactly. He may have spent it all or something. I don't know. It's
So that's what I remember.
All right. And yep, that's pretty much it. You were recommended to try and make nice or ingratiate yourself or do favors for the members of the council that you don't believe are backing your play towards an alliance. You did see that the Barony of Hope has an ambassador here to try
Yeah.
and negotiate an alliance between his barony and Sapphire Cliffs, and you know also that the warlord Jahul was here, and he made a case as well. His case was very straight to the point.
Julio?
Talking about
Me
that,
and Julio down by the
are
schoolyard. What-
there's only 3 council members that are kind of on our side right now: the Dragonborn, the mechanic, and then I don't know if the giant and the ice queen chick count as one person or not, but
They hold 2 separate seats.
okay.
what was the guy's name from Barony of Hope again?
Ooh.
His name is Ambassador Aaron.
Oh, that guy. Okay, all right. I couldn't remember which guy that was. Okay.
Can I assume that those 5 people, the Dragonborn and stuff, that they're on the Tomorrow Legion side, or should I make like a smarts roll or something? Just,
Well, they say about people who assume.
yeah.
You can make a smarts roll to
Okay.
see how that.
Oh, super stick. That's
Let's see how.
He stickered you.
Look at that bird. It's losing weight.
Agility. What the hell?
That's
are
well,
well,
it's
it's
Serenity
D10. It's
Birds.
fine. It's the same die, so it's fine.
No, it's different. It's agility.
I mean, I can tell you it's the same die. So
See what you're doing there.
I'll roll it again. I'm not scared.
I don't care what you're doing.
Okay.
You are supposed to
I
see
figured-
something, but
We have not swooshed yet
Yeah.
because we were still doing the recap.
I swooshed.
Swoosh.
So
Gadoosh.
here we have the lovely home.
I think I
of
killed Ambic on
Morthias.
the stream.
And speaking of swooshing, did you do the other thing? Yet?
I have not done the other thing yet. I'm getting to it right now. All right, and we will refresh all of the bennies, and then I will go through that list.
I got a
adventure cards.
A success with a raise. For
Just for
Last-
shits and giggles, I will spend all my bennies before they refresh just to redo my PowerPoints.
Okay, get your PowerPoints back. Yep. Refresh all the bennies. And speaking of bennies, we have tallies, benefits from last week. Last week we got 20 comments on the stream, which is 5 shy of the benefits. So we missed that one. And 22 likes. So somebody liked but did not comment.
Bastards.
Which also puts us 3 shy of the benefit there. However, we did have some fan art. Fan art in order of appearance in the fan art forum on the Discord. Join the Discord, see the fan art, enjoy, contribute, help us out. We have Hans, Lucian, Grim, Kevin, Synthris, and Eden, all by Sassy Witch. We have Synthris and Eden by Kaio, Synthris by Anvek, Tails, Grim, Lucian, Pilgrim, and Hans by Kaio. So, in total for the fan art, we have 2 bennies to Eden, 2 bennies to Grim, 2 bennies to Hans, 2 bennies to Kevin, 2 bennies to Lucian, 3 bennies to Dr. Synthris, and 1 benny to me.
Benny. Also, just to throw this out there, because we didn't hit it on RIFTS. If you haven't commented or liked Werewolves yet, get over there. They're going to need all the help they can get. So get off your asses if you ain't done it yet.
Yes,
Just
the
gonna throw that
werewolf
out
is
here.
the last episode of Werewolf.
It's the last one, and he's
We
giving us
need
too
the
many
haps.
points, so he's going to be very mean.
Oh shit! I still didn't spend my points.
That's the next game, sir. The eyes on the prize now.
Yeah, I'm just pushing it this one time just because he just talked about it. I want to make sure
Yeah.
y'all get over there.
I'm just hoping I get more cards to meddle with shit.
And everyone does also get 1 additional Benny because Dave wrote the fan fiction I said I would give out a Benny for.
Thanks.
See, was not my fault. Which I had nothing to do with this,
Such a
other than
dirty,
accepting
such a dirty
the money
Benny,
for it.
but I'll take the dirty Benny.
No
It
worse
is a
than what
filthy,
I'm
filthy
filming
Benny.
now.
It's really
That's
a
weird.
gross Benny.
Benny in a
That-
different pile or something? I don't
Best
want to
Benny
touch it.
ever, the filthiest Benny that ever
That
exists.
is the Benny I get rid of having dark fate. So I'll never touch it.
I was gonna wash it off in that hot
Boy.
tub, but then I thought, oh no.
Don't want to spoil the hot tub.
That's just mort soup right there.
That is not water. That is warm soup.
You might want to do a lot more than boil that.
That is 30% more juice right there.
There ain't enough oil to
36%.
boil that.
You get pregnant just sitting in it.
Even the doctor's not safe.
They have little nanites in their little
There's a
sperm heads
reason
to
I
guide
conjure
them.
barriers, sir.
100% success
I
rate.
didn't get splashed.
Wow. It's like being
Personal
at the front
barrier
row.
outside of the splash zone.
Portable barn has a lot of uses.
Forget nanites. It needs some nanites to clean that
Hey,
thing out.
JJ.
Pretty sure I
Hey.
was the only one wearing protection.
Look at this
Hey,
room for two
Hey,
lagoons.
what up?
Mr. JJ.
JJ up. Since JJ's here, we'll swoosh real quick over to the tavern so he
We can
see
actually
it.
get started.
Dave,
Behold, JJ, your tavern.
Oh,
I don't know if you had been here yet.
Let me zoom it. Show him and Moss.
I think he's seen him in Moss. Yeah.
Moss looks a little fruity, to be honest.
Show him again.
There you go, JJ. GG Rook.
A solid beard, JJ. Solid beard. I'm envious.
Like literally solid. It's impenetrable.
That thing has power.
about that is
And there's your resident cartographer.
This is your resident
Lycan Lupin.
life partner, as Circus called it last time.
Hetero life partner.
It
Well,
makes so much sense.
He didn't say nothing about the hetero part.
bananosexual.
Only two things coming out of the Elven Kingdom: steers and queers, and I don't see no horns on you, boy.
I think most men would wish they could grow their
That's
beard like
right.
that.
It's a halfling.
Also, any
I don't
music
know.
you may hear comes from Sirenscape. This isn't an endorsement, but as long as we shout them out.
He is
They
my
won't copyright
jade to
strike
my
us.
silent bobs this day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I see you putting off that adventure hand. I want the evil cards.
Swooshes back, you weirdo.
All right. Head back over to Morthias's house again.
Why does it come in all cockeyed?
I mean,
Well-
did you look into the camera.
It's Morthias's house. Cockeyed is the only eye he's got. Now, let me turn on some Sirenscape music. Okay. They've got a song called Rooms by the Hour.
Wow. Isn't that the King of the Road song? Rooms to Rent?
Did you give the spiel?
Witch gave the spiel for me.
She did? Good.
Mhm.
Yep.
Don't pay attention to me. It's okay.
Getting the cards.
Oh, don't act all butthurt. You're a woman. No one pays attention to any women unless.
Feast
What?
upon the remains of the slaughter.
Did that just deal out adventure cards? Can I do it from there?
Oh, I got it.
Did you only get one?
I got
Adventure
three.
cards?
I got three.
I got three somehow.
Rut-row.
We're going off, starting off strong.
Oh,
What's up, Kiwi?
I have a horrible idea.
What's up, Dave? What's up, History? What's up, JJ? What's up, Noodle?
The circus
I
with
think
the
Sassy's
ability
here. What's up,
to
Sassy?
cure
Sassy?
diseases make this a dire circumstance in this hotel.
The ability to cure disease.
Can your eye emit like black light?
Yes.
If so, don't turn it on. No. I'm
Don't
just saying,
do it.
don't.
Like a Jackson Pollock painting in here.
Hey, that's what
It's
I was
just
about to
solid.
say.
The whole place is just blue.
The whole place is just solid.
And suddenly the red neon is blinded out by the blue neon, black light reflecting.
Have you ever been to a paintball arena?
Ugh.
That hot tub looks way too clean for a mort. Plus, there's no inflatables in there.
Now, surprisingly, the hot tub is the one source of sterile water in the entire area.
Oh jeez.
he keeps that very clean.
I mean, nobody's inspected the hot tub, so we don't know why.
Well, it's probably
But-
practical reasons.
Probably
I'm a-
filled
Oh,
with
yes.
alcohol.
I'm a titty inspector.
He
not a
doesn't
hot
want to
tub
pick up
inspector.
anything new.
We will start, Dr. Synthris. You find yourself. You have very little sporadic memories of the past 8 hours.
Yeah, and I have like 3 new hard drives that I've filled with data I've purged.
You feel oddly like you may have learned the
Representative.
memory wipe spell, cast it on yourself, and then forgotten in the memory wipe how to cast the spell.
It was a one-time use, but it was worth it.
It was worth it to get rid of that memory.
It's a very
However-
small vicious cycle.
Just because I want to be a hero in Mort's books.
Oh.
I told you about that cure disease.
I just heard her,
Synthris wiped his memory of him being the reason there's one spot that's sterile there.
So then
I-
we've got more on our
I
side
just
of
heard a
this.
terrible thing in chat from Dragon Noodle that he's a
What
pool
he-
noodle.
You?
Oh, no.
What do
The
you do?
pool noodle.
I am not
Dragon
going in that
noodle
hot
soup.
tub ever.
Wow.
I heard it's the best directing I've ever done in my life, but I can't remember a thing.
Peels the paint off of robot parts.
I tried to watch it once, and then I wiped my memory again.
He just keeps doing it. I should have given you my card. It's a flesh wound. Plays cause all allied extras wounded in this encounter to rise immediately, unshaken and unharmed.
God.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
Oh, God. Why
Alright,
did
so,
I use boost so many times?
So, Synthris, what are you doing as you find yourself at this trailer?
Using an AI to search for references to council members and their dialogue from the film.
Using an AI.
Kitty, go
The
away,
machines using the machines.
please.
Yes, because I'm not going to remember this. I just want the blackmail.
Alright. Make me a research check.
Research. Ooh. Do I have anything else that gives me a bonus for that? Sure. You know what? I'll play Epiphany. And I choose research.
Alright, and that is the extent of the number of cards that you can play.
Actually, I might be able to play one more.
Nope. You can play one card per session, and you can play one additional card
I will lie to
for Dark Bargain.
you. I will continue to lie to you.
How does he, of all people, not have Dark Bargain?
He does have Dark
I
Bargain.
do.
That's why he can play two
That's
cards.
why I can play 2.
You said he could only
You know
play
what?
one.
I'm glad for these
I
bennies,
said you
'cause I
can play
want this
one
data.
because of the adventure hand, and you can play one additional because of Dark Bargain.
How many bennies do I have left? This is being heinous. Keep going, you whore! Alright, I'm happy with that, because it's not getting above 4.
Normal. There are no mentions of any of the other council members on the video you took last night. The only mentions of names of the people on the council is Mort, and his name was only said once or twice. The rest of it was all Dungeon Daddy.
Oh, why? Delete.
You got graped in the head.
Yeah, I'm uploading this to your AI.
Your mic's kind of
Your mic's
here.
really low.
Okay, how about now?
There we go.
Better?
That's better.
I got a success with a raise trying to figure out who is on our side, especially on the council.
All right.
You did. Well, yeah.
So we'll assume, we'll move off of the that back to
I see no dice.
Mind you,
It's
this
at
is
the
one
top
time I
by
didn't collect
agility.
any organic residue.
move back to the casino because I'm assuming that's
Like
where you would have.
discerning motives with
doing this.
agility.
I went video.
I cleaned off
No evidence.
Pilgrim, and then we came to the casino. That works.
And yep, as you're making this smarts check, notice you're discussing with Olga and Grok, and there's well, you seem to have gotten on fairly well with Squigs. He seems to like you folks. He seems to like you guys, although he may go with the what was it? Jahul. Just Jahul seems like his type of person as well. But he doesn't seem like he has any love for the Southern Kingdom that's obviously full of vampires, or the barony. But you've got at least 3 votes that we can come up with, depending on how things worked out with our resident pervert. You may have a 4th.
Which one?
Okay. So then we gotta talk to Karen. And
if we go through,
Can we
in
talk
order-
to Hot Granny again?
that's Karen. That's
Oh,
Karen.
is that
Steinem.
Karen? Nice.
He's
Yeah.
the one that
I
would work
couldn't-
with the vamps.
Couldn't remember her name. She doesn't look like a Karen.
We try to forget the Karens. This is a
She
difficult
looks
choice.
like a Samantha.
And then Lucas, I think, is the elf guy that's got the arm missing, right?
yep, Lucas
Yeah.
is the elf noble
He's
widower
very
missing
proud
an
of that
arm.
missing arm.
So we got 2 right there that we need to talk to again.
You also have Palps, the halfling.
We're probably not going to end up getting him because he's super jerkish. He's not a fan of.
I could adjust his attitude real quick.
I also have these random 4 silver bullets for Pilgrim. Is that?
Did they show up
was
yet?
that- I don't know if they've shown up
I
yet.
don't think
Yes,
they
they've
showed up.
they've
did they?
arrived today.
And one of them has the name of your mentor on it, right?
Yeah,
No.
or my
Yeah.
dad. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, you're
your
dead.
father's name upon it.
And depending on the report the Cyber Knights sent, there might be a faction of Cyber Knights coming to look into the area.
So, to recap, the council consists of, why the hell is Janine Moses' name up there? The council head is
Ghostbusters Secretary?
Tejas, the Sapphire Dragon and founder of Sapphire Cliffs. He has not been around for a few months now. His estate is currently being managed by Larm, the elf. Then you have council seat number 2 is taken by Grok. Seat number 3 is Olga. Seat number 4 is Lucas, the elf noble amputee. Seat number 5 is Palps, the halfling businessman. Seat number 6 is Dendat, the brass dragonborn, owner of the Curiosity Shop. Seat number 7 is held by Miss Lady Karen Steinen,
Oh yeah.
human noble.
I call her sexy.
Seat number 8 is held by Morthias, who runs one of the mining supply companies and is more known for spending more time in the boat.
I'll bang her so good I will need to use my healing power to fix her hip. But sorry, didn't mean to just
spends more time in the casino and at the brothels than he does actually running his business. Then you have Squigs Chromeburn, the dwarf mechanic,
My God, it squeaks.
runs a bus fleet as well as the Department of Motor Vehicles to run people up and down the mines. And seats 10 and 11 are empty, vacant, have not been filled prior to since they,
Okay. So I guess the plan is to maybe take a nap and then start talking to all these people after we wake back up. Unless, is it still nighttime now, or is it still early?
we are going to start off the next morning.
Did they go over and give us a task, if I recall correctly?
They wanted you to investigate the uprising that had happened before the vampires came by. See what had you had volunteered to look into what may have caused the riot that caused Lucas's wife to die and
Right.
Lucas to lose an arm.
See, do I have any fucking way to go over and figure that shite out?
I was gonna say, would we be able to have done that in the evening, or was that something that we're gonna have to do after the boat?
I mean,
You've got some downtime during the evening that you could have made some things.
I know.
I will make some inquiries. Oh my god, JT.
I know. Lucian and Grim were in the bar the whole time, and he was looking for rumors. I don't know if any of those rumors had to do with any of that stuff. But
he didn't get any rumors specifically about the uprising.
No, and then I just started making people go to work.
Yep.
Oh, can I do that? Because all I did was beat up boys.
Well, you're at the police officer place.
Yep, you went to train with some of the police officers and then came back and sent off your letter.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
can have a
around
chance
there while
to
you're
beat
there.
the truth.
So
out
can
of
I go over and looking for some leads or clues?
Can't do everything at once, lady.
Yeah, you can have. Here you go, Dragon Noodle. Since you're asking, there was your NPC bot that was walking around the casino.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm. Circus, you said when we met the Karen lady, was she one of the
Actually, she's still walking
elven
around the
kind?
casino.
She is still walking around the casino. What about the Karen lady?
The blue one, is she one of the elven kind, like the ones that I'm guarding, or no?
The ice giant.
No, that's not the Karen lady.
Or
That is
not one of them, but is there any like familiarity there?
Make me a common knowledge check.
Common knowledge.
I think we already knew she was an ice giant.
Yeah, but I'm thinking more along the lines of like mythologies. They might be related in some way. Five. Success.
Normal success. This is going to be a simple check. Yeah, you don't think there's any blood relation, familial relation. The blue skin color. Hers is more of an ice blue. Theirs is slightly darker blue.
I was thinking more like the mythology realm, but
Well,
all right.
and yeah, they don't
No
seem
mythos
to be
related?
Yeah, no mythos relation. There was no. Yeah, she has inherent ice powers. You hadn't seen any of them have any affinity for cold or anything to that effect.
Maybe she can teach them some if we can get on a good side.
Was Eden able to find anything? Is there a roll
Look-
she can make?
Yeah. Look at your character. What skill would you like to use? Justify it, or tell me the skill and justify it to me.
I would use persuasion
Hmm.
because no one likes. Everyone likes a sweet talker. Mostly just she's trying to go over and figure out any leads she can get regarding the attack.
Regarding the attack, all right. Go ahead and make the persuasion check.
It's gonna be a 9. Pass with the race.
Success with a raise. Oh, yeah. You find a few different things. There's not much being talked about. It's in Hightown. You talk to some of the people from Lowtown. You get a lot of, well, you didn't hear it from me, but it
Don't worry, I won't go over and mention your name.
never really made sense. I mean, for the longest time, they were always so kind and they would take care of us, especially Lucas's wife and her best friend Janine. It was so odd that the three of them would have come down not prepared for the number of people that had been down there, especially since they made a point of coming down weekly to do their charitable work. Just that week, I don't know what happened, but apparently some of the supplies weren't there, and someone felt slighted, and one person's slight snowballed up into a whole riot's worth. And the next thing we knew, there were bodies lying in the street. Fights had broken out, and among the fallen were both Janine and Luca.
Do you know who was in charge of making sure the supplies were there?
As far as I know, Janine and Luca were in charge of it themselves. They did it themselves. They spearheaded the entire charitable organization.
And who had access to the supplies from there to there? If you know. I know this is a lot of questions, and I know I didn't hear it from you.
I don't know who would have had access to the supplies. I'm not even sure how they were getting them back and forth and bringing things down, or where they came from even.
I think I know someone who might be able to tell me. The commoner. He would know how to, places go from one place to the other. Possibly. She'll thank them very, very much, and then let the others know via comms.
All right. As you access the comms, you do hear, "Oh God, no! Why? It's not supposed to bend that way."
Blocking the doctor's number.
Did everyone hear that, or just her?
Anybody who was on comms. If you try
Okay.
and use comms, you will hear the doctor's laments.
Hey, Lucian, speaking of which, some guy, the commoner, just came up to me and told me that there's a town in between Hightown and Lowtown. He said we should check it out. It's kind of
Midtown?
an in-between called Ho-Town, because high and low, Ho-Town. We should go there. Check it out. It's
You
gotta be
know,
more fun than this bar.
Ho-town.
I'm pretty
who
sure
am I
just
to
came
keep a
from
young
there.
boy from soiling his oats? Let's go check out this whole town and see what it's all about. It's time for you to be made a man.
He wants to go to the establishment halfway between Hightown and Lowtown. I guess it's
I
true.
need
The
an
child
adult.
does yearn for the mines.
Taking them to Hoville.
I had a thought.
I'm not cleaning that up.
You had a thought?
First time for everything. What do you got?
You missed the joke.
She was on his mind.
All right, so we're all sleeping at the casino then, right? Or
Sleeping.
I think some of us are going to a wall and hiding in the between. I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah, I can
All
walk
right, so
around.
now we are back to the next morning. You have roughly 6 hours before the afternoon meeting of the council.
Okay, so
What would you like to do?
we need to figure out about this whole best friend Janine thing. I think it was the first time I've heard that. Was that there was another person there.
You
know
knew that there
what's-
were 2 vacant slots.
Do you know anything about this Janine then? That's the question.
What was the time frame for this incident and the last time the coalition showed their presence?
The coalition has actually never shown any presence in Sapphire Cliffs since the city was established.
Thank you for the follow, sir.
But we found their stuff, so could that be when it got in?
You found their stuff. I think Lucian looked into object reading the stash of coalition weapons that you found.
Oh yeah.
Those from the van.
He didn't
Yeah.
say anything about it. So what he revealed, or what he found out, is what he knows, not necessarily what Dr. Synthers knows.
I mean, if Dr. Centers would ask, I would tell him. I don't really hold secrets from my man, the doc.
Pretty sure that's him asking. He's trying to make the connection out loud.
Here's what I found out, and I would relay the information. I don't quite remember personally because
Yeah,
my
you
memory is...
you object read the weapons cache that you found in the vampire whole hive that was in the scrapyard. It looks like they had knocked over a
right.
a coalition transport and stolen the goods, smuggled them in when the vampires themselves were getting into Sapphire Cliffs to infest, and were equipping their ghouls and zombies that they were making with coalition weapons.
So we need to figure out who this Janine person is, like more information about her. That's what I would say.
Is there a firehouse in the neighborhood? We should check there. Sorry, I was a big fan of Janine Melvitz back in the day.
Okay.
This is not Janine Melvitz.
Redheads and thighs. It's what the world is meant for.
I guess so. Is there any computers up around that I can maybe just take a quick look to see who that person is, who Janine is?
Sure, go ahead and make a computer use roll. You can do a
Would it
quick
be
personal-
electronics or?
Yeah, electronics will work.
Okay. I want a better.
Not
roll
like
than
that.
Yeah. There we go.
That rolls.
Much better.
Hey. That's pretty good.
There you go. The 22. Janine Wells. Looks like she was third generation Sapphire Cliffs resident. Her father and his father before him were of the House Wells, and her grandfather was actually brought in as one of the first residents of Sapphire Cliffs by Tejas, and she has always been very much a philanthropist. She was pretty much dedicated after becoming the head of her household towards getting as much of the generational wealth as possible out and into the hands of those more in need of it than herself.
Do we have it? There should be like an address of where she lives or something, or where she used to live.
There is an address of where she used to live.
Okay. He will radio to everyone if you want to come. I'm going to go try to check out this place, see if there's anyone there, or see if I can get in and take a look if anyone wants to come with.
Sure.
I'm
got
going
time.
to.
I was about to try to get Grim a little bit of strange, but I guess if if we got a mission, we can put that on hold.
He'll take Pilgrim, but he's not going to walk straight into the place. He'll jump out first before he goes in there. But he wants Pilgrim close by at least. That makes sense. So we'll
What
go
is
there.
this place officially? What is this place that we're going to?
We're going to this Janine Wells' house, as far as I know.
Okay, so we believe it's
Safe.
her residence. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Should we all go to one or both?
There's only one place. What are you
I'm
talking
just
about,
out
Doc?
to frustrate Circus. Don't worry.
All right, so you guys head to the Wells estate. You can see that it is comparatively to the rest of the places that you've visited in Hightown. It is relatively humble. You actually, as you approach, you notice that there is some construction work going. You can see that there's a small, like 4 foot wide, 4 foot by 4 foot fenced area that has a statue of a young human woman in it.
Oddly, it looks just like a casino.
What's the?
Oddly, I wasn't expecting you guys to go to the Wells estate, so I didn't.
Where do you expect us to go? This has happened multiple times.
I don't
bro.
know.
All
To
the
the
time.
to places where people who are alive were.
But they're so much less interesting.
We're trying to sleuth right now.
Mhm.
Megan's
I mean, we
sitting there
got the
like,
sneak
I
pass.
would have had a map for the toilet.
I don't
What's
say
the-
a word.
What does the?
Man, I read your mind.
Who's this? Who is? Do I recognize who the statue? What the statue is? Showing or?
The statue is of a human woman, standing with a bowl in her hand and a ladle in the other hand.
Okay. Do I recognize the face at all or no?
You do not recognize the face at all. You haven't seen this person. You do see a placard at the bottom in memoriam of Janine Wells,
Okay.
beloved philanthropist.
Can I go over and
Which
call
part
my
of town
puppy
are
dog
we in?
boy and get him to go over and get us entry into the house?
All right. He looks over at you because he's never too far behind.
Shit!
Yes. I don't know what you could want to find here. Most of the things have been already cleared out by the time she had passed. She had sold off most of the unnecessary parts of the estates to fund her philanthropy, and in her will it stated that she only wanted to keep just enough space to be interned and have a memorial put up to herself.
She went over and sold it off. Was there anyone who went over and bought everything? Or was
Uh,
it just highest bidder?
The properties themselves, well, the goods were sold off to the highest bidder in a estate sale. The land, the property, the real estate was bought by her neighbor, Lady Steinen.
And refresh memory, which one's Steinen?
Karen.
Bitch.
The-
Okay.
Yeah. The one that-
All right.
expires too.
It's funny that Karen went over and bought everything.
Again, she didn't buy everything. I don't even think she put a bid towards any of the property that was up. She just purchased the land.
Are we
Is there
able
anything
to?
else Karen has purchased recently?
I'll ask the police officer guy too to see if we can actually enter the place without having any problems.
Well, you'll have to check with the construction foreman, but
Okay.
I don't think there should be any problems.
I'll go speak to the construction foreman and see if we can take a look around.
All right, go ahead and
If you need any help with that,
Make
just
me persuasion?
actually, let me trade you a card, leader. You can give me whatever card you want. I don't really care.
Okay. Ooh, I have a card that'll be just like that too, so that'll be good.
Now you'll have two.
Yep, that works for me.
And I'll
For
take
all
whatever.
one
I
you
don't
can
really care.
play.
I remember using cards.
All right. Am I able? What role do you need me to speak to the foreman?
Well, persuasion should be.
Okay.
How persuasive are you, glitter later?
You're about to see.
Oh
Do you
my.
need some assistance?
Probably.
I await with bated breath.
You've got this.
All right.
Hey.
Hey.
A normal success. All right. Well, yeah. You meet a guy, a nondescript, non-important man in a white hard hat. They're assorted individuals in yellow hard hats working. Some of them casting spells. Some of them actually working with heavy equipment as they do complete renovations, and that the old house is being torn down at this point. Nice. Yeah, you can look around. Just don't go near any of the equipment, and he hands you all a series of red hard hats. Just keep these on while you're out here.
I'm also gonna probably take a look around with my Mac 2 just to help me out. If you're okay with that, I just don't want to freak anyone out whenever I have them walk around.
I
do
mean,
some scans and stuff.
do whatever makes you happy. Just be safe and don't get in the way.
All right, fair enough. And he'll hop back into Pilgrim. He'll climb into the place and start taking a look around when he's doing
He's
that.
wearing the hard hat inside.
No, he's not.
Extra protection.
It's on the
And
top.
I'll
He's
play
got the
this
hard
card.
hat precariously balanced on top of.
I was thinking
Take a
like
look
the
around the area.
It's like
in living
lodged in
color
a
where he's got it on the side of his head.
I'll play get a clue to
Is
see
the hard head full of glitter?
we can get a lead or something. Taking a look around
Alright.
Janine's place.
And this is a low tech home, right? This is not like a smart home or anything. It's just a low tech place.
Well,
It was quite extravagant at one point, and then you could tell that a lot of the wealth that had been generated and was being kept within the home had been sold off, and now they are currently tearing the place down and putting something else where the building used to be.
Right. So no power, no smart system, no parts, nothing like that
No.
left. Just checking.
just imagine him like picking something up and waving him around like a scanner with the mech.
I got my own scans, Doc.
Yes,
No,
but I'm sure
so-
you wish to double check.
Well, I'll have you take a look around too.
Yeah, I'm
The
basically just
clue,
saying I'll assist.
Janine was was just what she was. You don't get the impression, especially with the card you use, that there was anything planned. They weren't trying to take her land away and got her killed because they wanted the land. It was just fortune favored the opportunity for the Simons to expand their holdings and put in a new pool.
Do you want to go over and try and... I'm terrible at interrogation, but do you want to go over now and interrogate the bitch Karen?
I guess that's the next spot. Yeah.
You are technically in her yard. You can see, as you look to the east, there's a section of yard that, upon closer inspection, used to have a hedgerow along it that has recently been taken out.
Right.
And there's fresh sod put where they used to be, or, where the hedgerow used to extend onto.
Kneel before
Right.
sod.
Can I scan it or something? See what's
It's sod.
yeah, it's just sod or something, or
You have fountain soil.
bleacher.
And it is pre-grown grass that was put in place where they took out a hedge fence that used to be the dividing line between the properties.
oh, okay, yeah, okay. So then we'll go to her property then, I guess.
All right, you are technically already on her property. However,
Yes.
you approach her house that I
And-
couldn't get an external view of, and
I'll step out of the pilgrim before I get completely in there, but yeah.
okay.
Hey, boss, can I show off a picture?
Sure. Send me the picture.
No,
Send it to me in Discord,
I'll do it.
or you'll do it.
Yeah, because you said you can't make it work. I'll make it
I have
work.
to. I just have to make a character.
What's he
to stick
showing
out.
off?
I would never show off anything. I just want to
Wait
show
just
you
a
all
moment.
It's a
something.
dick.
Well, while you are
I'm
interior
a
of the
mushroom head laying
Steinmans.
motherfucker.
I'm just saying. They didn't exactly put it on his head properly, but it's a little glittery hard hat.
Literally.
No.
That's funny.
I have to go
That's
back
great.
and see that. Shit.
Support our leader like that.
All right, so you approach, you get out of the glitter boy, you knock on the door, and you are greeted by.
I'm gonna make a picture of Grim surrounded by whores.
Where did I put the step? Give me a moment.
Get to the part where
Here, there they are. All right.
Grim has a cartoon version of that running around his head right now with tails.
Oh, what are these
Oh,
demon
hey.
children?
You are greeted by three small boys, well,
A
three
little young for
children.
what we were looking for, but we'll make it work.
This is not what I was looking for.
Yakko, wacko, and plot.
You need to go later.
That's kinda
The
odd
older, the older of the three looks to be about 11 years old. The younger two look to be about 7.
Or are they supposed to look like weird children of the corn?
Not a fan of the Stepford Cuckoos.
He
Not
laid behind the
specifically.
rose.
Kids, where's Miss Steinen?
The one of the younger ones is Miss Steinen. You mean Lady Steinen?
Yes, Lady
Indeed.
Steinen.
She's currently sitting in her room with trying to avoid the police officers that followed her back to the house. Is something the matter?
We have concerns
Putting
that we
these
would like to
things
bring to her attention and a few questions to ask.
He says, "Oh, no, well, the police are already here asking their questions. Who are you?"
We're with the police. Points at police guy who's following me.
We're a separate group that's been dispatched to investigate the matter.
Cyberknight
as
shouldn't
well.
lie.
If the
With the
police are
Officer
here
Kyle.
already, it would be quite handy to listen in together.
Kevin just shrugs it.
Mom's been in a terrible mood ever since she got home.
Then we'd better get it over quickly.
Mom, she's trying to go over now. Wait, how old was that lady when she had her kids? She's doing some math now.
Well, she looks to be in her mid to late 40s.
Okay.
I can roll a
Just
smart
look
house
like
for you.
a
Why? Oh, the dice hate me today.
But yes, we need to speak to Lady Steinen, please.
Yes, come on in. Come this way. And the 11-year-old bows to you a little bit and says, "Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Baron Steinen. These are my younger brothers, Earl and Duke."
All right.
Baron, Earl, and Duke. Very, very good.
Nice to meet y'all.
Not to count among them.
Very,
If they had
very-
another one, it'd be named King.
I don't know that King is a proper given name used anywhere. I've never met anyone named King.
Kingsley Shacklebolt.
Ooh, kids my age I can play with. We can play cowboys and Indians. I'll be the Indian.
Oh dear. No. No. Also, I thought you were getting a whore or something.
No, they canceled the getting
No,
a
we,
whore to come
we
here.
left you a while ago.
No, but then Glitter Leader asked us if we wanted to come along, and I said yeah.
Eccentric, you've met somebody whose first name was King? I've known people.
while we're talking to these kids, I'm going to try to chat them up to try to say, like, oh, your mom's been really worried about what?
Did you just say chop them up?
Yeah.
Chat.
Them all.
Oh,
Oh.
Chat. Chat
As
them.
we're going over.
Non-lethally chat them
All
up.
right, so they invite you into the drawing room.
Non-lethal decapitation. It's a hell of a mechanic.
it's merely a flesh wound.
It gets in the bit in the weeds with the rules, but it's doable.
Wherever we are, it's very dark.
I have no visibility.
Yep.
And you can see in the dark, so that's saying something.
Maybe if I
Yeah,
open my
blindfolded.
eyes.
Not
Oh,
in the void.
the hard hat slipped down. Sorry.
I
By the
like
way,
the
wherever you put
sideways
that,
painting on the right here. Look,
Say
wherever you
artistic
put
choice,
the
sir.
hard hat picture or whatever you did, JT, I don't know where you put it or seeing it or
I
whatever
don't-
you're doing.
I
He
just
didn't put
I
it
just
anywhere.
He just shared
posted
screen.
it in the screen, but I'll post it.
Yeah, put it in the Discord in the Rifts.
Okay, because I never saw it.
Yeah.
It's like a
You had to be
It's like a
watching the
beret.
stream.
Yeah, I was watching and I was like, huh, I never saw it. It was weird.
There you
Oh.
go. It's there now.
Uh,
Unfortunately, it didn't fit on his head
Fire.
properly.
How many kids are there?
there are 3 of the children that just use the same art.
No, you just used the same one.
You couldn't just leave them all as like one little pack, like a pack of children, bloodthirsty. Right?
Well, it needs one for each when we shoot them. I mean, when we just talk to them all.
None of them are lizards.
Sorry, I was getting the Patriot flashbacks from yesterday.
I'm just saying.
I didn't do
Well,
it,
doesn't exactly
Dave.
look
They
human.
did it. Maybe I.
Dang it. We gotta fix this guy up.
I really hate their art. They're so creepy.
But nothing about the flesh bag instead of the
You should have
scales.
gave them the white eyes like the children. I know Frost.
That's
knows
just the
them.
sound of the Cyberknight's lack of ovaries. That's all.
That's the player, bro. The player is just very creeped out by these children.
it's the sound of your dried up ovaries. Then
It
Works
was
either way.
so hard trying to get children of different ages out of the AI with a single thing. And if I asked for 3 different, they wouldn't have looked related.
Let's be.
Hans, you find it weird that there's none of the children of the scaled ones, yeah?
What do you mean?
And
Well, she's a blue lady
upon-
and a lizard man, and these are not either. And they are calling her mum.
You know what this place is missing?
But
Some children with some color. in
she's
them. I think
not-
I can
they're
fix
calling. No, there's no blue lady and lizard man.
I think you. How many times did you use that spell on yourself to forget something?
I'm not sure, but I think I might have missed a few files.
Yeah, because this is the Lady Karen.
I thought that was the blue one. Why
Ah,
is there so
Grandma.
many flesh bags?
It's
That
the
is. So
up,
you are
girl?
greeted.
to me, she's the hot
Oh,
young
God.
lady.
Oh, she
I
fine.
mean, she's young to me too, but still.
She looks like she's
There's
in her
so many.
60s, bro.
I
Well-
know she's very, very young.
She gave in to the gray.
Less than half your age,
I
sir.
can appreciate an older lady that doesn't, get all fake looking with plastic surgery. She's looking
Cocaine's
good.
a hell of a drug.
Real
There's
good.
no wrinkles.
Just a perfect amount of wrinkles.
Those are flaps, sir.
So you are taken into a drawing room. Throughout the sides, you can see various tapestries hanging on the walls and intricate carpets.
We are here to look at your tapestries.
How intricate is the carpet?
Oh, snivel.
Quite intricate.
Intricate.
I go to see.
All manner of
I'm
fineries.
I'm trying to overhear the
Over listen.
questioning that's going
Over
on
here?
right now. Is it strict? Is it more cordial?
She comes out. She sits sits down. As she approaches, you can see two of the generic police officer elf boys are, one flanking her on each side. She sits. Haven't you ruined my day enough already?
Well, the day is still quite young.
That was yesterday, ma'am, not today.
I believe she kicked their asses again this morning, rather early.
But ruin your day? How can we possibly have done that?
Circus, your
Yes.
AI is inferior. I have sent you something.
My AI is indeed inferior. I don't pay for it.
Fair enough. But these should give you what you need.
Right, Cyber Knight, you seem to know them the best. Why don't you open introductions?
Well, she already seems to dislike me very much, so much thanks could just be the Legion.
Well, I mean,
And also that we went over and foiled her vampire plot.
Well, I
I
don't know.
meant
if
the,
that
I
was
meant
her
the
plan,
cops, but yes.
you, yeah, well, you did blame me for the infestations that were going on in Lowtown, and now my seat at the council is in jeopardy, and I'm under house arrest.
My seat's in jeopardy.
Hmm.
Just because you
Baby.
didn't know something doesn't mean
Ma'am,
you get
I'm
punished
very
for it.
sorry
Well,
about
I-
these terrible things that went over and occurred to you. Anything you could tell us to go over and help us clear your name, I will be
Yes,
more than
ma'am.
happy.
We would be happy
To
if
assist.
you are innocent to help you out, and in return, we could be your friend and you can be ours.
She says, if anything, I am the true victim here. I was deceived by that snide and devilish red-eyed demon.
Then,
Yeah,
tell
'cause
she's
those guys
such a
are
name.
jerks.
Well, I'm sure if you are truly innocent, you won't mind me taking a little look around in your head and just verifying what you say.
She says, I mean, I don't know what you would have possibly wanted to needed to get into my head to find out, but you're welcome to look around as you see fit.
Oh, yeah.
I have nothing to hide.
Look for those memories of her taking a shower.
Lord.
I can't
Stay
put
on
up-
task, Lucian. Let's go.
Hey, I went for thighs. Let him have this.
All right. Eye on the prize here. It's no fun
Which
if you
one?
got to use mind powers to take it. That takes the fun out of it. I'm going to use mind reading, mind walk to basically walk around her mind, look at her mind, her memories,
What the hell just happened?
and I'm going to focus on the memories of her making whatever arrangements or deals, if she really was getting taken for a ride or not. Not that kind of ride, you perverts.
Actually, I
Oh,
gonna
she was
suggest keeping
absolutely
an eye
being
out for
taken by
tampering.
that kind of ride.
Uh,
I mean,
Well, I'll take a peek at that too then. I mean, if I'm already in there.
And if she
I
knows anything
I will
about the
Denny that.
Lowtown massacre thing, that happened too.
if you look at her and look at Gunter,
There we go,
Gunter is
15.
absolutely 100% her type. Powerful.
Specifically, Lucian, I'd like you to keep an eye out for tampering in her memories.
We'll get to that.
Alright. Get in there. So, mind
Something
reading.
might have been deleted.
Mind reading, mind walk. The caster has greater access to the target's mind and memories. They may still only ask one question, which is what I'm doing. But the answer unlocks an entire scene or chain of related memories. So I asked one question, and it opens up everything tied to that in memories.
So, what is your question?
Your relationship with blank, I don't remember the name. Were you truly being manipulated, or did you know who and what he was the entire time?
Alright.
So that should unlock every memory tied to that person.
You see that, as you ask the question, you see her meeting with Gunter for the first time at a party being thrown by the lady Cassandra, with Bianca in tow. Bianca in disguise. No mention of vampirism is made. She makes it. Yeah, she spends an entire evening at an enchanting ball full of the beautiful, noble people flaunting how beautiful and noble they are, making eyes at Gunter, and they end up going home together.
Tell me more.
Various various things that nobles don't speak about in polite company happen. She then invites him to come to her home back in Sapphire Cliffs. It's a very exclusive area. You can't even get in unless you know how.
I focus on knowing how to get in.
You already know how to get in. You got in.
All right, to make sure there was some other special way or somewhere different. I don't know. There might have been a secret, separate thing.
Nope, it's turn off all electronic devices and walk backwards.
All right. There could be a different layer of existence here we don't even know about. Like Midtown, where all the whores live.
Ho-town, not horse.
Ho-town. I'm sorry, Ho-town.
He
All
didn't
right,
say
and
whores live there, Lucian. I'm just saying it's between high and low. Oh.
Ho. And then after that, I'm going to see what I would need to roll to see if her memory's been tampered with. There's no power that specifically says that, but
You can make just a psionics roll.
okay.
It won't be a power. You're just rolling your psionics skill.
I will Benny that.
Benny that.
Oh, I'll take it. Now, let me Benny that again.
Benny, one more time. All right.
Even.
Yeah, one higher. No,
All right. So
I
Phyllis
wait,
success
I
with a
had a
raise.
15. Shit, I didn't know I had a 15. I thought I had. Never mind. Well, I should have stuck with the 15.
Well, the 15 was your mind reading.
Oh, all right, good deal. I was like, holy shit, when did
Yeah,
it turn
you
to
had
15 from 9?
a raise with the 9, but you also have a raise.
I was
with
like,
the 9.
I thought it was a 9, but then I
Yeah,
saw
you
the
rolled a
15
4 and then a 9 and then
and,
a 10.
yep.
For
Good
looking
deal.
for tampering. You do see a little bit of tampering in there. Nothing severe. Just
Nothing tied to the memories I'm looking for.
There is a bit. It's
I'm
almost
gonna-
like there's a slight, just not even entire sections of memory, just like one portion of the film as you're watching it back is just doesn't look quite right. The background looks like it's copied in.
I'm going to try to see if I can see the original through the copy. Another psionics.
Another psionics. I'll be right back.
Benny.
Dice.
Benny's I got left. 2. Oh,
These goddamn dice, I'm telling you.
Fucking
no.
hell.
Benny again. It's my last Benny, folks.
Alright, that's better.
That's better, but still not great.
It's 2 successes.
You're rolling like I was yesterday in our Fear of Ages Past.
No.
Roll 6 dice. 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. And a sword on Rune Micah. Huh.
Fates are not on my side.
You either roll really good or really poorly. It's odd.
Just hope my bad luck carries over to the next game.
Shut up!
Nah, you're going to get it all out of your system now.
Yeah,
what did
baby.
you get for that?
9.
Second
2
psionics
raise.
roll a 9.
Raise.
Success with a raise.
Oh, start
Check.
the psychiatry so good now. You will like this.
Excellent. All right. So, as you're looking through, you see another small child is standing where there once wasn't. You can't quite make out the specific features. It could be a child. It could be even be a halfling, but you can tell that someone has been completely erased from her memory.
Perfection.
Can Greater Mind Wipe be used to restore memory that I didn't
Cannot.
take out? No.
Nope. You can only wipe. You cannot
Blech.
like. Yeah, there is no data recovery on this on these mind
Aw.
wipes.
That's a shame. All right, I would share what I learned with everyone who is in my mind link, so everyone but Witch.
Lucian, was she wearing anything particular on that occasion?
I don't know, so she was looking mighty fine, and I got a little sidetracked when she took off what she was wearing, not so much what she was wearing. But I would, send him a mental image of everything she was wearing. Here's exactly what she was wearing.
Is she currently wearing any of like the jewelry or anything that was around for these things?
DM?
Hmm. No, actually.
Here's a negative.
Is
so.
it conspicuously absent? Cintrus is being Cintrus. He's like, does she have tan lines?
No.
Oh, sir. She obviously had some sort of tanning apparatus within this fancy home because she matched all over. And I do
So,
mean
are you
No
saying
ring
any
skin
of this?
tone and carpet and drapes. This is all mind link.
I was going to say, are you saying anything about asking whether she's wearing any of the same stuff
Yeah,
as she
he's
wore then? Saying any
typical
of that out loud?
Cintrus. When he starts having intrusive thoughts about a specific person, he starts talking to one of the crew about it.
Oh no, I would never be so gush as to reuse jewelry and gowns. I mean, I wore those to that gala. I would never reuse it.
Where would you put it? Surely you wouldn't just lose your collection. It graced your fingers
Also,
after all.
I must ask you something. Do you recognize this boy? And I'm going to use what's the power? I'm going to use illusion to create the boy I seen as best as I can.
All right.
It'll just be basic illusion. I don't need it to move or talk unless I heard his voice, which I don't think I did.
No.
I forgot
When
the
this
camera.
being manifests after you've been talking about this, we're gonna look over at Grim. Does he react? Does it look like him? Was it him? Was he taken?
I create the little boy as best as I could from what I seen. Same
It
clothes.
You
It
look
is a very-
bougie.
It is a very fuzzy and out of focus child. Possibly even a halfling. You can't really tell. Like the facial features are very muddled, and from what you were able to piece back together, you really can't.
Yeah.
I
Just
know
hoping maybe even
Mhm.
seeing the faint visage would trigger a memory or something. It's just a long shot. I know it probably won't work.
The boys have several friends about that age. He almost looks like it could be one of Palps's kinfolk. You'd have to give me a little bit more.
Sadly, this is as good as I can do. This child was in your memories wiped. You know this child, but you do not remember. Most likely the vampire has toyed with your very consciousness. How dare a creature do such a thing?
Also, about that
Yeah.
What did you say, Em?
About that jewelry, you said you disposed of it, but surely you wouldn't waste something that had graced your figure. Where would you place such a trophy?
I sold it.
To?
I don't know. I had my estate manager deal with it. It had been used once.
Estate manager. Well, to stop bothering you, I could go bother them. Would you kindly direct me?
Yes, I use the same estate management team as Lucas. It's actually how we met.
Hmm.
How is he doing, by the way? I trust you've been successful in discussing with him. Have you coaxed him out of the house for more than just a council meeting yet?
Not quite, but I did offer him assistance. Seemed to take that rather ill, so I tried not to be insulting.
I do hope he can get over whatever it is that seems to be plaguing him and move on with his life.
Apparently, he.
Uh, the living owe it to the dead to keep living. At least that's what I've always thought.
In the mind link, gonna ask the doctor, do we know where she was at the day that Lucas's wife got killed? Was she down there?
Yeah,
We
that's
didn't
why
lose anyone.
Cynthia started. We're on the same track. That's why Cynthia started drifting off.
Yes, Cyber Knight. That's what men do. We get over it. We don't mope. We deal.
No, we go on murderous rampages.
And then we go
years
drink
on end.
ourselves into a stupor and bang whores.
Can we find out if she was down there that day? Maybe
No,
she lost a kid
I don't know
and
why
the
I'm not
vampire
dating.
killed it? Maybe the vampire got rid of the memory for her?
Also, she said she's the same person, but she didn't say the name. Who was the estate manager?
The estate manager is. Where the hell did she go?
Teddy Ruxpin. I don't know.
Her name
Oh,
is
God.
Flara.
Maybe we could
A little bit
kind of
of
hash things
Oh,
out.
that's
over-
sexy short stack?
Yeah, it's a short set.
Maybe we can hash things out over dinner tonight, Karen. You and me.
Hey, lady, I
Little-
think Lucian wants to add to your child collection.
Little personal time.
I'll keep the camera ready. And he starts going looking for.
I'm just saying, it can be a little impersonal with a whole group of people asking you questions. I think if we just spend some time alone, we might better get to the root cause of all of your problems, and I could definitely find you a solution.
She rolls her eyes a little bit, looks to her left, looks to her right. Says, "Until this whole situation is resolved, I don't think I will be getting any time alone."
Do you?
We can take them to Ho Town, find an arcade.
Trying to get back on track. We're also trying to figure out what
You're
happened.
surprised how long I can make a child sleep. I'm just saying.
No, she's not looking at her children.
Oh,
She's looking
at the kids.
She's looking at her police escort.
You would be surprised
thought for sure she spoke about the
how
kids.
long I can make the police officers take a little nap. I joke, of course. I would never use my powers on the noble law enforcement of this glorious and prosperous town that I now call home for the time being.
Home.
Shit, we've been here long enough. I might as well start renting a room.
Do we're trying to figure out what happened with Janine Wells and Lucas's wife. Do you have anything that you could share? Do you know where you were at the time when that happened? I mean, I'm not trying to accuse you. I'm just, trying to get a timetable. So.
I only found out about it after I came back from my most recent excursion out into the countryside. I believe I may have actually been at the party where I met Gunter when such unfortunateness happens. It truly was a tragedy. Janine was among the best of us. Despite her self-hatred and despising of her own wealth. She tried to do what she felt was right with it, though, and you have to respect that.
You also decided to take some of her stuff too, which is kind of interesting. Like her whole home over there is now a part of your estate now, isn't it?
You say took.
You bought.
I didn't take from her. I merely purchased the land that was on offer. Would you rather it had sat unpurchased and collecting dust,
What are the
becoming
property
overgrown.
taxes like here? Just curious.
The taxes on everyone in Hightown, resident and visitor alike, are enough to support the lackadaisical lifestyle of those in Lowtown.
Yeah, we need to do something about that also.
I
The lazy
whisper in the
bastard.
mind link to Lucian. You know, for a broke ass town, she sure does have a nice house, boss.
Well, she probably got all this when money
I mean,
was
minus for
flowing.
that crazy sideways ass picture she got up there.
Money used to be flowing freely in this town, and I think they're all living in the illusion that they still got wealth. And I think once it all comes crashing down, the city's gonna burn.
You know, if you want to take grandma out, I could take the kids to the arcade for a little while.
Yeah,
I don't
it's-
kill kids no more since
It's
you
not the
fixed that
kids.
programming.
It's a goddamn cops, and I could get rid of the cops. It wouldn't be that hard, but with my luck, she turned into some sort of damn Black Widow monster and eat me with a cooch, and I'd be dead. And I ain't really looking for that. Shit, I've seen all kind of weird shit out here. I don't know if I wanted to take the chance.
In the mind link, Hans is going to say, could you ask her if she was down there that day and see if she's lying? If she was there the day that Lucas and his wife were, in the attack? I'm just curious if she lost a kid and the vampire may have,
I'm not
wiped her
even
memory.
going to ask. I'm just going to get in her mind and look. Hey, she said I could go in there and look around. I'm just extending that to.
She had
ask her-
already answered the question and said
Well,
that
now I'm asking her another.
Yeah, because Eden asked if she knew where she was when that happened, not as an accusation, and she said she was at a party in the barony.
Well, I'm going to verify that.
Just because she said she don't
Yeah,
know,
I just
don't
wanted to
mean
make
that
sure.
She don't know that.
And I'm doing mind walk again about where she was that night.
Because so far we haven't gotten pretty much anywhere with any of this. We're just,
Uh,
well,
spinning
he's getting to
wheels.
see her naked.
I am out of bennies if anyone wants to
Well,
give
he
me
got
one.
somewhere. Nowhere where we'd want to go.
I don't know. Can we give? I mean, we're not in combat. Can we? Well, we don't have. I don't have common bond, so I can't give bennies.
Yeah,
Only
you
one
cannot
person
give
can
them.
give me a benny.
Can we move?
Oh, sorry.
I hate being in a line.
You can move around. As
I
in-
will give you a penny.
I'm gonna go up
Oh,
here
ain't that
in case I
sweet.
need to shoot someone.
All right. Wander up to the top.
Hey. We got an 8 with a raise.
Guardian angel.
That'll unlock mind walks. I'll see everything tied to that night.
All right. So, yeah, that's the same night, the night that she met Gunter, that you already had access to from the previous mind walk.
Yeah, she wasn't there. I seen the mind link. It's the same night I already looked at.
Okay. So this missing kid has nothing to do with that kid being killed there. So
Yeah,
there's
there's
just
a
a kid
missing kid. I'm not sure. I mean, we assume it's a kid. It could just be a damn little person the size of a kid. It's hard to tell.
Do you think that Palps is her son? Just pretending to be a grown-up halfling? Very
I
good
would-
actor.
I wouldn't
I
put
mean,
it
she
past
mentioned-
those crooked ass halflings. They twisted. You don't know what they're gonna do.
She meant
Sometimes they pop
something
out
about-
of cakes.
She
Sometimes
wanted
they come
to,
out of closets. I heard
she talked to
for
something
gold.
about Flera, so maybe we can talk to her about what was
The
going
estate
on. with-
manager. Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
time she was
You
around,
just want to talk to another redhead. I know. I got it.
last
I mean,
time
hey,
last time he was around, I heard him whisper, do it to her. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
Wait, was they alone in a room
what?
or
What
what?
are you talking about?
Mm.
I think
Okay.
he may have tapped into Dr. Centris's podcast.
In the mind link, do we have any other questions for
Got
her
into
in
a
regards
large black
to
box.
the
Seek help.
vampires or the
Data
attack
corrupted.
on Lowtown? Going once,
Say again.
twice. Oh, you want me to say again?
You said
Okay.
something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there any other questions for her in regards to vampires or the attack on Lowtown?
Yes. Where was Lucas that day from her memory?
She
That
should
day
be with.
specifically, he was down there. That if he wasn't down there, how could they have taken his arm?
I was asking where he was from your perspective, not what people tell me. Simply a small
It's just,
differentiation.
I don't know. I wasn't in town, and he definitely wasn't at the party.
Where was the party?
The party was at the capital of the Barony of Hope.
I have a question for her. You ever answered the devil in the pale moonlight?
She
Only
already
once.
did.
I'm
All right.
tempted to give her
On that
hypnotic
note, I
suggestion to
continue
make her
trying
like
to
dark
find this
chocolate.
stuff.
Let's start heading out now. I think we got everything we can get. I appreciate your help, Miss Steinen.
Yes, it is. And if you ever need my assistance, please just reach out. I would be more than happy to come back and help you in any way I can.
Let's go, lover boy.
Wow.
Never leave a job unfinished, Ginger Leader.
All right, she
Your
Gives
soul
you a-
brother's getting uppity, sir.
gives you a polite curtsy, and then halfway through, as you're leaning, she
Ginger Leader gonna talk to you like
stops,
that?
stands dead still for a moment, then walks over, picks up a lamp, like a electric lamp, and hands it to you. And she says, "Here, take this with you."
Consolation
was-
prize.
He hands it to me.
She
To
gave
you,
you
yes.
a flashlight, boy.
Thank you for the lamp.
In the mind link, Hans says, "Yeah, I had an old
Listen.
lady on my paper route back in Berlin that used to give me things when I'd come to give her a paper. It's not unusual.
Yeah,
amongst
I was
the
about to
elderly."
wonder, is this some sort of weird tradition? I'm saying this in mind link that I don't know about. You
She
hit on an
loves
old lady,
lamp.
she gives you a lamp.
She throws away her jewelry after wearing it once. This is
And-
her compliment.
And what am I to do with this lamp, my lady?
Well, I could put a little flesh on it and you could have a light.
The hell? Oh, she says, use it to brighten your way in the world.
Okay.
She must have
And,
read Harry Potter too.
In the mind link, maybe there's something more to this lamp, Doc. I'll have you take a look at it when we leave. 'Cause
Lucian,
that's either a code or she might be suffering from Alzheimer's. I'm not sure
no,
which.
Lucian, I have a question for you. You're well versed in the mental. We're saying this like as we're leaving.
Yeah. As we're walking out.
Lucian, you're versed in mental problems and compulsions, correct?
I've been known to dabble from time to time.
Hans, you too. Did it seem like she had a compulsion to give things away?
Seems like she doesn't like keeping things around, so
I
maybe
mean,
somebody's
Well,
dealt
no.
I mean, it could just be her amount of wealth.
I mean, she didn't give away what
More
Lucian
like-
wanted.
More like
That's a fair point.
the previous one, the one that supposedly died, also had a habit of giving things away. Just a pattern, something that piqued my interest.
I mean, there very well could be someone planted a hypnotic suggestion in her mind to want to give things away.
I'm curious.
Why
about
would
your
somebody do that to someone else's mind?
Right? It seems like a gross violation of free will.
I'm just saying, I've transplanted brains before.
Wait, what?
Well, I mean, the people have had mind melds of different sorts, and it's
I mean,
No,
you've
I
watched
mean,
him transplant brains before.
There definitely could be something going on there. We'll have to look in that a little
I don't
closer.
really. And Hans, this is why I'd
He
like
put a
to
farm boy's
mention
brain
this
into a
well.
demon.
Right, but
You
that was
know,
taking him out of machines. I thought he was just saying, I just grabbed a person and swapped them for funsies.
Well, as someone who's examined your regenerative capabilities, it wouldn't be above and beyond to say a vampire is a perfect host to hide a brain transplant.
I'm not sure it would take if it was a living brain.
Who
Ugh.
said it would be living?
One way or another, we got to go check
That's
on
some
Clara.
necromancy shit. I ain't quite dabbling into that yet. I tried to, but God told me can't be a
No.
necromancer and a mind melter at the same time.
Oh, wait.
You cannot psionically influence the dead.
You hear that?
That's
Redhead.
I just heard God. He said, nope.
Well, I'm a little.
The closest you can get is telekinesising a corpse into
I
making
know.
it dance.
It's fine. I'm just joking.
Let me know if you ever need a body to move around.
Of course, I'm joking. I called you
after
God.
it's ceased.
All right, let's head out. We're gonna go to Lucas's house and see if we can talk to Flaro.
All
The more I'm in this town, Glitter Leader, the more I distrust everyone.
the hell is Lucas's house?
I don't trust the council, and the
Oh.
people in the lower city are all just worthless pieces of shit at this point, as far as I can tell.
Do you say this out loud?
This is
In
in
the
the
mind
mind link, so you don't hear it because I don't talk to you.
Alrighty.
Well, you can hear Synthers ranting into the wind, but that's about it.
That's a common occurrence.
It is.
Like, yeah,
No, you don't want to
Yeah.
use
So-
mind link. You don't hear nothing Lucian says.
So you at least pick up on what Synthers is saying.
Oh, excuse me.
Why are we in combat?
take the mech with
Swing it
me, and then
Are we in
get out when
combat?
we get to the door. Not
No.
yet.
Oh, not yet.
I see a combat tracker.
So
Let's
does
be
Eden have any
coming.
reaction to what Synthers said? Because he's the only one speaking openly.
What did he say?
What did he say?
The conversation that we just had.
No, she hasn't really been listening.
Right. I tried.
Uh,
We still got to protect Hightown and Lowtown, though. That's what we got to try to do.
Really? Is that really what we're doing here?
Well, that's what
Ah,
I about had my
do.
fill of Hightown and Lowtown, and I don't really know what they bring to our greater mission.
I'm
They seem
on
like
team,
nothing but
let's make
takers,
them an asset.
not
yes.
givers.
I like
I mean,
the
I'll
acquisition.
do whatever you say, boss man. I mean, you are the representative here. I'm just giving you my feedback, and I don't trust any of these people. I think they're all crooked from the highest to the lowest, and they're all a bunch of takers, and they will end up becoming a burden more than an asset. That's my judgment on these people from the time I've spent here.
all right. So yes, you approach the familiar courtyard estate of Mr. Lucas.
All right, I'll knock on the door, see if Flare shows up.
All right, Flara does indeed show up. Go away. Apparently,
I hear phantom children.
Karen Steinen's twins followed you over.
Hey, Daddy Daycare, what's the plan?
Well, I initially had a plan here. Would you care if
Well,
I...
Grim, I told you not to call me daddy in public, but
Oh dear.
Not you, dumbass.
I know. Entertaining myself, having fun.
All right. As we lose
I ain't even had a drink yet.
3.
I'll go for it. Miss Flair, would you happen to have had the jewelry acquisitions from your neighbor? Miss Karen, says that she trusted you to sell her assets, and I'm looking to purchase one.
I can't say that she had anything that really would fit your style.
I like to collect things.
We also wanted to talk to you about the Lowtown explosion as well.
Old Town Philly back again. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
All right. Well, you do find out that the jewelry that she was wearing that specific night, as well as her gown, were sold off and sent back east.
That's disappointing. I don't suppose you have anything else from that night laying around. It's a rather significant event, and I do like my history.
Uh,
Somebody's
And
fishing
I'm
for
sure you
something to
could-
object read. I know what
I'm
you're
sure you
doing.
could find
Yeah.
some. I'm sure you can find something that existed that night, but I don't know that you'll find anything that existed at the at the Baroness's party, at the Baroness's gala that night, or anything that would have happened to have been at the riot.
Was she
So-
buried with anything
Oh.
she'd have wore?
I was going to say, and
I say that in the mind link, not out loud, because that's morbid.
I will, if I bring that up to the Lucas guy, he will kill me. I feel that one.
Well, I can.
We're in an
become-
investigation.
I can become intangible. We won't even have to dig, so I could go take a look.
You?
That might actually be an idea. I'm not opposed to that if this doesn't
I mean,
work.
we would put it back, right?
We should.
Yes. I'm just not opposed to that if this doesn't work.
We're
So-
grave robbers.
She seems.
Christ.
this
Find any
Clara
way
seems
to
handle
get the
many
information.
estates. She handles many estates. Would she happen to know of any other sellers from significant individuals of that night?
None come to mind.
How peculiar. All right, Ginger Leader, proceed.
Were you there at the time of the explosion at all?
I was not. I was in Hightown. I actually never visited Lowtown in my entire life, and I intend to keep it that way.
Why aren't you a part of Lucas's estate and everything? Did you manage that?
I am, and I do.
Then why weren't you down there? Is it just because you wanted to make sure and manage his estate that's up here?
I manage the estates. I don't manage his late wife's charitable contributions or recreational activities.
Okay. Was there?
It is my job to manage the books and make sure that everything is stayed afloat.
Did they have it? I don't remember if they were having any security or anything, right?
They had outright refused to bring down security because they were afraid that going down with a security detail would send the wrong message.
Even though that message already happened still.
Well, it hadn't happened before then.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
She felt that a security detail would have been too intimidating and would have scared off those in the most dire of needs.
okay. Is Lucas able to talk about that situation, or is that too? What's the word for it? Too fresh for him.
Insensitive.
Yeah.
I mean, you can ask him. What's the worst that could happen? He climbs up
Says
and
no.
shuts himself in the room.
Yeah, he's already doing that. Yeah, if there's any way we could talk to him about it, because we're looking into it, that'd be great. And then in the mind link, Kevin would ask Lucian to see if he could go into the estate and try to look for her body. That way we can
Well, do we know where she was buried at, Glitter Leader?
find that out. Let's
Find out, so I ain't just wandering around.
Yeah,
And
'cause it was a couple
also,
weeks ago.
if I was
Yeah.
a betting man, it's 50-50 if she's even in that goddamn grave. She might be a
I'm
damn
thinking,
vampire.
I'm also thinking that if you want to find something of hers from any time, his
He might
place
have it
is a
too.
really good place to look.
Yeah.
All right, are
Yeah,
you
but I
going
wouldn't
to
even know what I
ask
was
her?
looking for.
Ask where Luca was laid to rest.
Glitter Leader, tell him we wish to pay our respects to the fallen lady, and we would like to.
If there's a
Yeah,
memento or some spot where we
yeah.
can offer prayers.
Yeah, go to her grave and lay flowers or whatever shit you do to people that die.
I've snuck
Well-
into many monasteries.
Well, this is out loud, and we want to see if she's such a philanthropist too. I wouldn't mind leaving something for her too.
I don't know if it was established yet. do we know if Hot Short Stack was managing his affairs before the accident?
Yes.
She was. Alrighty. Eden will actually go over and ask for one thing. Very, but just as a casual aside. Um, so, so you're in charge of the logistics, basically, for a lot of his asset handling, correct?
Yes, I am his estate manager and personal accountant.
Understood. Um, when he was doing the donations, I understand they went over and dried up a bit, understandably so. Um, who you were you also the one to manage those?
Yes.
And how did you go over and make sure that things didn't get stolen, this and that didn't happen?
Well, charitable donation, and we would take things down and distribute them. If something was stolen, it would have been by somebody who was going to receive a portion anyway.
So it wasn't under
We were,
guard or anything while still on your estate? I don't right believe that.
well, I mean, the acquisition of the foodstuffs and various daily necessities that she was never really kept under lock and key because no one in Hightown would have an interest in taking something so basic, and anyone in Lowtown would just have to show up to get their share.
Hmm. That's interesting because from what I was led to believe, at least from the rumor mill, um, there was something. The supplies were a bit less than what was already expected, even by the people themselves.
Well,
Even by your employers. So, do you understand? Can you explain why there would be that discrepancy that would over and cause the issue in the first place?
I don't know. I don't know if they underestimated the number of people that showed up or overestimated the stores in their supply house, but something just didn't fit.
I don't trust this bitch. I don't fucking trust
You
her.
don't trust anybody in any game.
I don't trust her so bad.
Yeah, there's
Something's off.
She's sketch as fuck.
where's
I'm
my
particularly
note?
interested about how involved she's like the center between a lot of people dealing around this girl's belongings,
Uh,
like they're since with collect shit. This shit they are collecting shit like
Is
it's.
there a way we could do a vibe check? That's another question.
Vibe check.
I'm bad at sensing things unless you count notice.
Circus, is there a
Yeah.
way to do vibe check?
Notice is a vibe check.
I will notice the hell out of this short stack.
Yeah, those thighs are lies.
I will want to reroll with the Benny.
All right, many it up.
I would like to also. Oh wait, no, okay, that's a pass with race.
She appears to genuinely have no idea what may have happened.
Who fucked with the food?
Lucian, that
Yes,
image
sir.
Lucian,
over
did you just
over
get
the
called
mind,
out on
like-
having fucked with the food?
I don't mess with food, sir.
that image was short.
Someone who
right?
worked in the restaurant business, sorry, do not fuck with food. That is a cardinal sin.
Yeah, that is blasphemy. That image was of a short creature in your mind, yes?
Yes, sir.
Too blurry to make out, but can you... If you pictured it, how's the overlay here? About the same, or is there a difference?
DM?
There is a significant difference. The small creature that was in Lady Steinen's memory in no way has any of the curves that Flara has. There's entirely too much thigh.
Like a Mort Kaiju. Alright, yeah.
So back to, can we want to see if we could speak to Lucas and see if we know where his wife's grave is, so we can pay her respects.
Oh, it's on the east wing of the garden here. I can show you directly to that bronze sculpture that Dendat donated to have as her memorial.
Okay. He's not going to be in Pilgrim. He'll leave Pilgrim out the gate or something, and
Okay,
he'll walk his way over there.
she will lead you over to about there.
Okay. He will give a quick prayer about it. Say hopefully she's in heaven right now. And then he'll nod to her, be like, okay, if you don't mind, I would like to speak to Lucas.
Yes, it was an interesting crafting. It's amazing how well the urn fits just beneath the statue. That Dendant, when he gets to bronze working, he really is a master artisan.
So she was ashed? She was cremated?
She was cremated, yes.
Okay.
She was cremated, and her ashes were interred into the statue.
Okay.
Do I notice anything fucking weird?
Cremated. Dirty fucker. Dirty ass DM.
How dare you burn the bodies?
I respect the game. I respect the
This
game.
is why I'm looking for the jewelry.
Well, you're looking for the jewelry for the other girl. We need like clothing for his wife.
The other chick's the one that handles all of that.
Okay, now
She's
I'm
the one in
confused.
charge of selling it and buying it. That's why I was asking her about it.
Okay.
Well, we can track down whoever bought it. I'm sure she has records.
All right, with
Yeah, they said to the east.
Uh-huh.
They said back east.
Which wing is this?
They're in the east wing of the courtyard now.
Yeah, that's
I'll just
good.
throw it out there for fun.
Just saying. To the east, huh? What? That's what I would do.
So nothing seems terribly off about her. Other than the fact that she's about half the size of a normal person and conducts herself like an adult. But that's just halflings for you.
I'm just
So
going to
Lucas,
remind you, you put a whole bunch of idiots in charge of figuring out a mystery, and this is not going
Oh. Did you guys actually want to go in and talk to Mr. Lucas?
I did.
I've spoken to him previously, so I was leaving this to them.
All
You
right,
just don't want
Kevin.
him to try and kill you, Doctor. That's it.
I can.
Pretty much.
Flara escorts you into the house proper. Do I have? I think I do. Give me
Is
a
everybody
moment.
else coming with me, or it's just me?
I'll come with you, Glitter Leader.
Yeah,
You might
we'll
need
go
some
in.
backup.
I guess we're all walking as a group.
Someone who can actually get the answers. The true answers.
I'm gonna
Wow.
hang around Flara's
Y'all
desk.
done got my taste for reading minds again. There is no mind too secure, too free. They will all bow and get on their knees. Lucian Lazar.
Your intrusive thoughts are leaking out, Lucian.
I think he's related to Parallax. Just saying.
And
There's a
Been
reason
been hanging out with the doc too much.
his kind
Probably.
of, profession usually ends
And
up
I'm
like
the
that guy
good
we met
info.
earlier, who's a
Yeah.
little.
A little crazy, yeah.
But not you. You're fine.
For now, yeah.
I'm all right.
Look, we're still better than the Thunderbolts.
I wouldn't mind turning to a big red monster sometimes. It's like fun.
Forgive me for just a moment. I absolutely hate JFIF
I'm
files.
fitting a Venom symbiote.
I'm just right now. I'm currently in my squishy regular human body, so
Yes, your button is charged.
it's true.
Just assume the pose.
Yeah.
Hit the button.
You
The
don't have to activate. You have to Power Ranger by it.
The pose.
Get a drink. I'll be right back on screen.
Yep.
I'm waiting
Warm
for.
in here.
We need a drink.
Oh,
Come on, load
I don't
faster.
need a drink. I'll get dehydrated as hot as I am. Jeez Louise.
thought you said you ate stuff.
No, as hot as I am. I'm
Oh.
just hot. I'm
Gotcha.
Florida, man. Like, I don't have the air on because it's loud.
Fair enough.
There it goes.
Torture I go through to have good sounding audio. Something you know nothing about, ex-boys. You don't got to sit in heat. You just got to buy a $20 headset, you bastard.
Yeah.
Come on.
We're going to start a fundraiser to buy you a headset. We'll send it to you.
Okay.
He still won't let me redesign his glitter boy into a T-Rex.
No, sorry.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Right?
Or Mecha Godzilla.
Ninja Ranger.
Configure. Let me make sure that this is set. All right, you are brought inside. Now that it actually uploaded to another indoor area.
Is that a poker table? Or a coffee stand?
It's like a fucking bridge.
Next to the bridge.
That is an indoor greenhouse.
It's pretty fucking small.
It only contains a few flowers.
How many indoor greenhouses you make? Because I have seen quite a few in my time. At least this one's not in the closet.
This is some Inception shit going on.
Yeah, it's kind of hurting my eyes a little bit.
Yeah, right?
This amuses me.
Getting motion sickness.
It's like 3 chandeliers.
Focus on the ties, your vision.
The
will
wall.
correct
It's like the
itself.
walls are now the floor. And what? What the heck is this thing? Come on, Circus.
No, that's AI. It's the
That's
AI
all.
overlord right there.
The most
Mm,
amazing chair.
That is where the cats go, okay? It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
cat
cat bed.
bed. Giant cat
That is
bed.
absolutely a giant cat bed.
It's a proper
That-
high
oh.
chair.
That means they have a
Would you
tiger
put it-
or a panther.
That is an interesting.
They got some sort of large jungle
Yeah,
cat that lives here. That is a true show of wealth.
Look,
You have a jungle
every
cat in your
one of
house.
these rooms, every one of these mansions has a morgue room. I'm just telling you, they're all freaks. They all do this.
I wanted to open a bookstore with like a giant hamster thing, but it would be a tiger that could just walk around through the tubing. That'd be awesome.
Where the
Dreams.
hell did you go?
It's only one Malden per year.
One eternity later.
Maybe we should have locked the fucking hamster cage.
Now, here's the real question.
Not there.
Is it a full-size tiger or is it a mutated little tiger the size of a hamster I have walking around?
Fair question.
I would like
One
a medium
eternity
dog-sized
later.
elephant as a pet. That'd be awesome.
Oh,
It's a
I
halfling
guess I
tiger
know I did.
tower breed, half breed.
Like, that's where we need to go with genetics. Make, like, miniature versions of all the wild animals we want as pets.
Like a tub whale,
Yeah, like a
little bathtub whale.
Yes, it'd be awesome. Or a little bitty gorilla you could just have running around the house. You know,
Teacup
it'd be awesome.
orcas.
Yeah,
One eternity later.
No.
it'd be
No.
awesome. It'd be so awesome. Come on, geneticists. What are y'all doing trying to save species? Like, make little animals.
Little pygmy elephants.
Did it get stuck?
Pygmy elephant.
We've
would be
ended
cool,
galaxies for less.
Is that wine?
Man. Little
No,
pygmy
it's-
rhino.
All right, so you're escorted in and brought to one of the red sofa areas. I will let Lucas know that you are here, and as soon as I can find his fucking token,
One eternity
I
later.
am not the mind melter you're looking for.
he's missing.
In the
God
meantime,
help.
Hans, have you been successful in your gambling ventures?
I've won more than I lost. That's successful?
That does count as success.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's not going to get us more bullets for Glitter Leader's artillery piece, but, you know.
No, no, no. I'm just saying, it's been a while since you've spoken to Luton.
One eternity later.
Yeah?
He might be angry.
But I gave her the IED that I made that a while back that I didn't get to use. She should be very happy.
That was quite some time ago, my friend.
Oh,
Come on, how often does a goblin need a gift? Oh, wait, she's a loot
How
goblin.
often do vampires
Never mind.
demand tribute? Hmm?
One
you're
eternity
greeted
later.
after a few minutes by
You've got to
Mr.
be so
Lucas.
Hans.
He is still wearing his tie, his collarless, high-collared shirt with no lapel, and his suit jacket with one arm, or with the left arm rolled up and pinned.
Yes, sir. We wanted to speak to you about that night or that day where the attack happened. We wanted to see your side of the story. If,
Oh, what's to tell? I went down there with my wife and came back missing half my life and an arm.
from how did you lose your arm?
Circuit. The ex-boys.
This is why I didn't go in.
I lost my arm in the riots. I don't know if it was torn or cut or the whole night was a blur at that point. There was a large explosion. I don't know if somebody brought out some of the mining demolitions or what, but something happened. I remember reaching towards my darling wife and looking over, and there was nothing reaching. And then the next thing I knew, I woke up here.
Who was it? The police that managed to get you up here? Is that what happened? Or get you back up here from the riot, or
I don't know. I wasn't conscious.
Flair, do you have any idea who would do that?
No, I don't know how he ended up here. I'm amazed that he did. I'm very glad for whoever it was that managed to save him.
Is there any possible way that there could have been any kind of memory stuff going on, or
I mean, anything's possible if you want your intrusive friend to come by and politely intrude to see if there are any missing memories. I'm sure he would not be opposed to that.
Super
No
chat from
fun if you want it.
feline name for JJ, $20. Here is money. Please use it to buy peanuts for this circus.
Oh boy.
Oh, I actually misread that. I thought he said peanuts for circus.
I thought it said that too the first time when I
It's like,
read it.
okay.
I'm
Hey,
counting
Benny the
Rabbit's
Meat.
Wig.
One eternity later.
So,
Oh, if
Not
only
my
they
fault.
could hear.
well,
if
I
only
mean-
they could. So, yes, what is your response to that, Kevin?
I mean, that's up to the mind melter if he's willing to do that. We could also take a look. Was there anything of hers that was still there at all, or did she just up and disappear? I mean, you did have a body at one point, and she was cremated. So
Well, I was told it was her body. It was very, very disfigured and mangled by the time we got it back. By the time I awoke, the cremation plans had already taken place.
I mean, the whole thing sounds fishy to me.
But
Everything sounds fishy to you.
That's because I've been through the shit. I know what this world is. This ain't Star Trek. This is Babylon 5.
This ain't Babylon 5, this is Lex.
Never seen
That's
Lex.
better.
So I can't say
That's
that.
better.
I've never seen Lex, so I can't reference it.
Complete
I'm the
with
happiest
the
janitor ever.
complete with the recently brought online sex bot that's never had sex.
Fuck, that's a good parallel.
Shut up.
So-
Does your character concept
your
suddenly ring a
questions.
bell?
Well, it's not exactly the most original.
So there wasn't anything that was left of her, like clothing or a piece of jewelry or something that she wore.
She never wore jewelry. She felt it was gaudy and
gaudy.
out of place to flaunt wealth in such a way.
I mean, she had to have worn clothes though, but I assume that they were all burnt off or something.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Lucian, if you don't, since our friend Lucas here is okay with you poking around, are you up for it?
I mean, if that's what you want me to do, Glitter Leader. Just
Yep.
a second here. Finish what I'm doing. I'm getting my memories in check so I can better mind read. All right. Guess I will do my go-to mind reading with the Mind Walk edition. So it can
All right.
really, and I'm going to that night she died. For the night he says she died.
All right, so you go to that night. You can see he is kind of standing back. You can actually, well, you're remembering through his memories. As he's remembering back, the mind you find yourself visiting is a much more upbeat, happy, pleasant, has a positive outlook on the world. as he's watching his wife and her best friend taking care of the less fortunate than themselves, operating a pop-up soup kitchen, it would seem. And then at some point, they get to the bottom of their soup bowl, and there's still, you can see a significant number of people standing in line. Some there are rumors, murmurs, somebody says something about them. This is always the way it goes. They don't really care about us. They're just here for the publicity, to look like they care, and that snowballs up. People start elbowing and fighting their way through to try and push their way towards the front of the line. Pushing turns to punching, punching turns to bludgeons, and then at some point a explosive device goes off and all hell breaks loose into a full-on torches and pitchforks and stabbing each other riot, at which point none of the nobles are really safe, because those who don't have take it out on those who do.
He doesn't see her die, so I won't be able to see her die. He just remembers her not being there when he reached.
Yeah, well, he also remembers his arm not being there when he reached. And as you're remembering, suddenly there's a searing hot pain across his right or his left side, and he looks over, sees where the soup table used to be. There's just a flaming pot, smoldering pile, and he reaches out towards it and sees the stump of his left arm, at which point everything goes black.
I don't see nothing crazy, Glitter Leader. About what he says, what he remembers.
This is player talking. If you're able to see through his memories into that moment, can you see who started the discontent? If there was a very specific person?
If you want to analyze and go back frame by frame on this, you could probably make
I
a
will
notice
look,
check to pinpoint.
All right, let's make a notice check. Nope.
Yeah, he wasn't paying that much attention at the time, and you can only remember as much as he remembers,
Yep.
and his memory is gray and faded. And as you're looking at him, you can see that as you're viewing his memories, he is reliving those memories. And he is none too happy about having to play through this event in his life again.
I'm so tempted to just take away him caring, just out of spite, because I don't like this dude.
In,
Do it. Carry that weight.
In Mind Link, Hans is going to ask, how long was the dragon gone before this happened? Do we remember?
Not sure.
I'm just wondering if they made sure that, the dragon was out of the picture before they did whatever they did.
I mean, and this is the mind link. I mean, you and I both know all it takes is a little bit of push, and we could cause a riot with our abilities.
Yeah.
There's a good chance there is someone who, I mean, it could have even been the damn vampires. No offense.
Yeah, it could have. It probably was one of them.
How many bennies do I have to spend to make you two cause a riot?
Circus, very bit. It's a little bit of the background stuff. Can you just go over and use a persuasion check to kind of like do a condolences thing, because he is actually revisiting trauma?
Sure.
That's a super fuck ton of condolences, but yeah.
Yep, success with a raise. You do make him feel better. It gets hard. I've pondered giving up entirely on more than one occasion. The only thing that really keeps me going is I wouldn't want to have that weigh upon Luca's conscience as well.
I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you're still around.
Huh.
It
Okay,
doesn't
well,
get
the
better,
other...
but it hurts less overall.
Okay, well, the only other
It
thing I
never
can
gets
think of
better.
to figure out who did this to you is to take a look at the site.
All right, so you want to go back to this site?
Does
We
anyone
could
have any
go
other
back to
questions?
the place of
before-
the riot. I could do some object reading, I guess. And
Yeah,
get
it's
a
been a
better
while,
picture.
but
Yeah.
we might find something.
When I doubt they
And
replaced everything that was there.
yeah.
Unless anyone else has any better ideas, so.
Hmm.
All right, then we head to Lowtown.
All right, back down
Go
to
to the site.
Lowtown. Do. There we go.
If we take the common nerd's place, we might even ask him about it a little bit, see if he's got anything.
I think we did, but
Oh,
I'm ready to risk another car crash. Let's do it.
I think I'll
Well-
just fly.
Kevin's probably gonna just climb down. That way he can keep his armor with him.
Yeah, the armor doesn't quite fit inside the nerd, inside Jesse's vehicle.
Kevin, if we got someone on the council, maybe we can go over and introduce them in setting in some escalators or an easier
They have
way
one.
to get
They have one,
tank
he's just
like
not using it.
objects up and down.
They have a massive lift.
Yeah, he's just not using it.
I mean, I could
Look, he
levitate
barely
everybody
gets
down.
to ride around in his favorite toy. Come
I could
on.
levitate us all down. We could all
It's
just
not my
go
favorite.
together.
It's literally my family heirloom, Doc. Chill. It's not a toy.
It's a toy. It's a
Then
big
why
toy for
are
a
you
big
driving
kid.
it like
toy.
one?
I'll fly my sky bike down.
All right, you take the sky bike.
Just to show him you on the bike again.
Come
Oh, so we could have teleported him, but no.
Don't be such a
Nah,
pain.
you don't need to. I can
I
climb
think
down
he
this
started
time.
to hate my portals.
Me?
I just keep dropping you on top of shit that you don't want to deal with.
All right, so you are greeted by the short little pointy-eared halfling taxi driver. How we doing today, boys and girls? It is Jesse the Commoner here with the Streamline Taxi. And for all your mobility needs, we are grinding, we are growing, we are moving up and moving it down and going wherever you need us to be. Where we headed today?
I'll
so
follow
want
behind
there to be
wherever y'all go.
like a chat thing that's going over his window.
To Lowtown, my good nerd.
All right, heading on back down to Lowtown, getting to know the common folk, the common nerds, the salt of the earth down there. Everybody down there is just such grounded and based individuals.
I'm not quite familiar with that term.
It's called Lowtown. They're in the dirt.
We're
Grounded and
yes,
based.
we call ourselves based because we exist at the base of the cliff.
It's quite literal.
All right.
So, did you have any further questions for Jesse the Commoner?
That makes
Anything
you
about the riot, if you want to ask him, or
What were you doing on the day of the crazy shit?
Well, luckily for me, I was not standing in line with the kids and the wife because I might not have the wife or as many kids at this point. And as much as I complain about having all these mouths to feed, I wouldn't trade any of them for the world.
Any particular shitty customers that day?
No, I think yeah. Back then, I hadn't even transferred over into the private sector, running my own taxi. I was just driving the van for the mines, taking miners up to the Midtown mine and taking them back down when the shift was over.
Hmm. Interesting.
It was Grok that was the former miner, right?
Yes, Grok was a former miner, and your good buddy Marthias is a executive for a mining equipment company. So he supplies the equipment that the miners use.
I wouldn't necessarily call him my good friend, but uh,
He's such a good friend. He bought his own version of you.
um, so how is crime here actually, other than the huge riots? There must be smuggling and
Easy to pull off.
amazingly so.
I mean, crime around here. There's really not much call for crime. There used to be a little bit more crime. The scrapyard itself had some self-proclaimed gangs. There were some territorial disputes, but recently all of that seems to have quieted down in the past couple of days.
Oh dear. Is that connected to the vampire thing, or is that connected to something else?
Probably connected to the vampire thing. I mean, I did hear on the rumor mill that a group of adventurers, not unlike yourselves, had gone down there and taken out all of the vampires that happened to be secretly infesting our wonderful little city of Glitter Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Vampires are not known for playing nice with small town gangs.
That's true. And yes, we absolutely did go over and take them out. Um, Goodness gracious. I don't really have much else. Other than, is there anything else that would be considered illegal in this area?
Well, not outside of the normal stuff. We tend to not be weighed down with an overabundance of laws around here. Don't take what's not yours. Don't harm people. Don't harm other people. Other than that, we operate off of a very basic live and let live level.
Then, if that's a live and let level, yeah, that's one hell of a tongue twister.
Live and let live.
I actually want to then, if it's all live and let live, then the riots that went over and happened. Do you know of anyone who was actually there personally?
I know I had a few different friends there. None of them, of course, had anything to do with the rioting. As soon as the violence broke out, they made a beeline back home. Of course, I would never associate with anybody who would actively participate and cause violence in a riot.
Truly. And is there anyone
He does
they noticed
detest
that
too much.
was never there before?
Can't protect your crop farms if you can't participate.
Nope, not that I'm aware of. Nobody was, and nobody really pays attention to single faces out within the crowd. It was just a big crowd. We had some of the nobles down there, some of the individuals. It seemed like there was a number of people outside of the three main that had come down to help distribute. a few hands that had come down to help move product around. But other than
Alright.
that, nobody I can really think to point a finger at.
Well, I didn't want you to point a finger. I just wanted to know if you noticed anyone a little bit not of that area. But it sounds like there wasn't.
Well, that one weird guy was down there at the time.
What
He's- seems to be
weird guy?
he seems to be a nice enough person talking to him, but his aesthetic, his style, he exudes a bit of just an uneasy aura about him. The bodyguard for the other short guy.
What? He was there.
Yeah, he was down. He was helping move the boxes around. Said something about doing doing a service for his community.
And was his employer there?
Not that I know of. I mean, I didn't hear that there were any other halflings down in Lowtown. Otherwise, I would have invited him over for a spot of tea and maybe a smoke.
Thank you for letting me know this. I didn't know he was there. He was there?
To be fair, much like now, we usually try to drug him.
No, yeah. Well, that's all the questions I have. I went over and found a lead, boys.
You have found yourselves a lead
Thank God.
on the way down.
If you share this through the comms, I'll pretty much say
You're
we still need to take a look through the site, see if we can still get anything from it. But if not, we'll go back up top and talk to that guy that we don't like. I forgot his name.
I like him just
Palps.
Mr.
'Cause
Halfling
it's-
Boy.
Yep.
Oh, I
that's
thought you
Palps.
meant the item seller.
No, we like the item seller. We don't like the weird looking halfling boy.
The Palps is the one that we need to take a look at.
Just such an unpleasant name.
Oh, all right.
This reminds me of palpitations.
Or Palpatine.
You're smearing his reputation.
Oh, by all means, he is at least in his 50s. He is no ways near Palps the teen.
Unlimited power.
But
I set off my nuclear core.
And thank you all for having
investigation
joined. Grimm's nuclear core triggers a chain reaction, blowing up the entirety of Rift's Earth, thus concluding.
I am intangible. I survive.
Hans looks very upset afterwards.
Eat instead.
I don't
Replaced by
need to
Eden.
teleport into space.
Just
I think I
holding
could-
Grim's skull.
I think I could survive. I don't know.
Overconfident.
armor.
It's a hell of a flaw.
Yeah.
Just float around in space till someone picks me up.
Not again.
Yep, again.
All right, we go to the other location.
All right, so you head to the other location. Let's see. Back over into the scrapyard. Oh, there's still bodies everywhere.
You think they'd clean it up?
Well, they picked up all of the vampires' bodies and put them into a mass grave in the scrapyard.
They didn't burn them.
Well, burned them and then left the ashes in separate piles in the junkyard. Where else would you put your junk vampire bodies?
Well, that explains that problem.
A jar.
Well, Kevin would take a look to see if there's anything that looks like that was there at the riot, so that way someone can object read it. I assume that's notice.
Yep, go ahead and make a notice.
And I'm doing +2 because I'm in Pilgrim.
I'll look up for specifically for things that were a part of the pop-up soup kitchen.
You?
Zoop. I want to re-roll with a Benny.
Hmm.
You flew pretty good on that bike there, kid. Just let you know.
With a Benny, you get an 8 success with a raise.
Of course, I'm the best.
Good riding on the bike, yeah.
He's the best around.
So with a success with a raise, you do manage to find a very scarred up, dented soup pan, like large sized.
And I
If anything,
found
we could go over and use this to go over and see if do an object read.
Is this where the soup kitchen was then? This
Yes.
spot?
The exact spot you can't really tell because it looks like the crater that where the explosion went off was filled in with more scrap.
I was just going to say, I could always try something, but I don't know if it's a very good idea.
If it's dumpster diving, I'm all for it.
Go for it.
Not exactly. Give me a minute. He's just going to stand there in the crater.
You dug yourself a hole into the crater.
He's never used this, and he's not going to do a seance. But
That was a long butt, sir.
are you doing
Demonic
demon stuff right now?
interrogation.
What?
he can contact spirits and ask them a question. If he did the seance version of it, he could find out. He could talk to her specifically, but
Well,
there's
Why ain't we done this
problems.
already then?
So there's two necromancers.
He doesn't like doing stuff with dead people.
You are a dead person.
So the basic version is
Get
if
rid of
there's
that
a spirit
self-hate.
here, he can ask him a question. But it takes a minute for him to cast it.
We probably should have done that with the ashes to see if that was actually the woman or
No.
not.
Yeah, he's just very not sure if this is a good idea, but he's going to do it. So he will have succeeded. Let me make one.
There you go. As you uncover, there is the crater, the green circle there.
Ah, okay. So, yeah, it allows him to contact otherworldly beings, gain information. Preparing the spell takes an uninterrupted minute of prayer, coaxing, or otherwise communing. So, the entity, if there is one here, answers the question to the best of its ability and adding context as needed. So, he's going to try and get a raise here. Because he's got bennies, he might as well use them.
Yep.
So, we're just going to keep using them. Why not?
Shake the hands.
Exactly. I'm getting doctor rolls.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, duh.
Hans has been convicted.
Oh, did it not actually pop the conviction? Oh, because they did it afterwards. Oh. So let's
evil.
do this. And, oops. Do I hit ace or wild? I don't remember.
Wild.
And roll it. Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
And it
Did that
didn't.
pop?
It didn't ace, so
Would that make it explode?
it should.
Yep. If
We'll
you
try
go-
one more and see. I don't know. I just roll it once, so it would be the 4. So it would have been a 10. That would give him the raise.
Yeah.
So if there is a spirit here, and he asks them if they saw who set off the explosion, or if they can tell who set off the explosion, or who was nearest it, or who may have left the bomb there. He's basically trying to ask it if the bomb, and they, with the raise, it says, without spoilers, they volunteer additional and related information that it thinks will be useful.
Spoilers.
You like light candles or something to go over and do this? How does your seance-y thing look like?
He
Citrus projects a little circle around him.
he's standing there, and his hood opens up on his, or he opens the visor on his armor, and he just turns into mist, and just starts tendriling out in all directions until he gets in hold of a spirit.
All right,
Nice.
spirit. You get a hold of a
See that? See you do
spirit.
that before, Hans.
What's the spirit? Please don't let it be one of the people we've already murdered. That'd be kind of disappointing.
I know you.
Nope, spirit of an individual, a half-elf man.
Spurt.
And then he asked, "Did you see
Manifests.
who placed the explosive that killed everyone here? And can
I
you
don't
help me
think-
figure out who it was?"
It looks true. I don't think it was placed. It was more set off, but I don't know, man. Go ahead and make me a notice check as you're talking to him.
Can we do that too, or is it just him?
Can everybody hear the spirit, or is it just you, Hans?
I think that's up to you. Very violent.
Well, it's your spell. I will let you make the choice. Just make the choice.
I think
and stick to it.
the creepiest way that will happen is the spirit's voice, since he's got his tendrils latched out to it. The spirit's voice is coming out of Hans's misty
Yeah.
face.
The spirit's
armor.
the mist vibrates with a otherworldly voice, and you can hear him respond. You can't hear Hans asking the questions, though.
I'll try to roll a notice.
See that flying down the mountainside, by the way.
Excellent.
I do have a history when it comes to dead people. Different character.
With a raise, you think that this particular individual is trying to is not being entirely forthcoming at the moment. I don't think anybody placed the explosives. I think they just went off.
Can
Things
you?
don't just go off.
Yeah, that
Well,
it feels like you're hiding something.
We don't have a lot of time to talk. I can let you go and linger in obscurity, or I could help you go from this place if you help.
All right. I mean, if you can help me move on, that'd be great. I'm about tired of this. I just want you to know it wasn't my fault.
All right. Tell me more.
I was here.
Squeeze
I
harder,
didn't want.
JT, you got.
I didn't want to miss out on the food. The nobles always brought some of the best soup down here. I just finished up my shift and was in a hurry to get down here before they ran out, because I know sometimes they run out. So I got off the shift, jumped into the van, and caught the first ride down here, ran down, and got into line. As I was moving into the line, got in line, bumped into the guy in front of me. The guy in front of me bumped into the guy in front of him. That guy ran into the big guy, the neon guy. The neon guy looked over him, helped him up, said something to the effect of, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I shouldn't have been standing in your way. Please come with me. I'll help you get some of the private stock." Escorted him off. After about 5 minutes, he came back, and the other guy never came back. And then, about 6-7 minutes later, I heard this muffled scream of, "Hey, I just thought of a bit. Get back here." And then there was pushing and shoving, and the guy in front of me came back, and his elbow smacked into my chest. And that was when I realized I still had on my gear from mining. I forgot to take off the explosive vest.
Well,
Explosive vest.
We're recording all of this, right? Everyone?
I mean, I'm always recording, but it's kind of
Making
odd
sure.
to present this kind of evidence.
what's an explosive vest? Tell me that. Was this knowledge given to us?
Well, we know who
Not a
sacrifices
suicide
their
vest.
thralls.
Like
Not
a
that
vest
kind of explosive.
carrying his explosives.
Yeah, a vest
Okay.
that had his satchel with the explosives in it.
And it sounds like this person set it off.
By accident.
Or he was
Or on
compelled to
purpose.
do it. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
He doesn't even realize he did it on purpose.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it blew up.
Suddenly there was a beeping sound, and I realized I still had my satchel full of mining charges around my shoulder.
So technically, it was a suicide vest.
And the person
Just
who
In
set it
terms
off,
of
Was
organic,
murder.
yes. This
So
does
there
not
was-
fall in the safety sense.
there was the guy who was glowy and the other guy. And the
Right.
guy who was
What was
glowy
that?
is the one who left, right?
The man who was glowy took some other dude
That's the
into
DM
the
blowing
back.
his nose.
Right.
There was a little bit of quiet. Then you hear you son of a bitch,"
Or a trumpet.
and then
He stumbled out.
fighting started.
And then fighting started, at which point apparently there was no more soup. And then I was just trying to hold my place in line, and all of a sudden I could hear this faint beeping that I could barely hear over the sound of shouting, and then nothing.
Okay.
The Neon Knight, can we put two and two together and think that this is the Pops' night?
That is a reasonable conclusion.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then Hans is going to reassemble himself and let the spirit go and basically say to him, what I'm going to do next, if you're willing, it will make it much easier. If you want to go.
Does he say that to all the girls? Or just the ghouls?
It's all right. Do what you need to.
Okay. So one of the mega
just
modifiers
want out.
of the banish power is an exorcism, which normally takes a ritual against an unwilling target,
Mhm.
or a meditation. I guess you can adjudicate how you'd want it to go.
All right. Go ahead and exercise.
The
Roll.
demons. Is that
You still
so?
have your conviction on?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Homeboy moves right on.
See you later, Boomer.
wow.
And on that note,
Jeez.
And on that note, with having exercised the boomer and found out what caused the explosion, we will swoosh. As this is occurring, Lucian, you start hearing in the back of your head.
Hello?
It's me again.
And I don't share this because I want people to think I'm crazy. Where are you?
Are you saying this out loud or?
No, I'm.
no.
No.
Okay.
No,
He
I'm
just says
not
out loud, I'm not sharing this.
I'm not
I know
sharing
that.
it, dumb
Did
fuck.
I was
Did you
trying
say
to
that?
Can we take our guns with us? No.
None of us are
Okay,
used to
but can I
voices
take my
popping up
rifle?
in our head.
Yeah.
Where can I
Sorry.
find you? Who
I
is
think
this?
the gingers have upgraded from soulless to mindless.
So y'all say
Your right hand.
I look at my hand.
You're holding a lamp.
All right, everybody. I got some personal matters to attend to. I'll be back. And I fly off.
My whole planet needs me.
He's going to bang the granny, isn't he?
And
And Circus, you can work me back in if you need to. If I shouldn't have flew off, I don't know.
so what will have happened specifically, because I've got plans for what Lucian's going to be doing for the next few sessions. Yet, as you see that, you kind of hold the lamp up, and without realizing it, you reach up and pull on the pull tab. And as you pull on the pull tab, everything goes dark. And from everyone else's appearance, Lucian kind of his eyes glaze over for just a second. He looks at the lamp that he's been carrying and has forgotten he was holding, reaches up, pulls the lamp light to turn it on, and he just disappears.
Hans is
Not
just
my
going to
fault.
say, that was not my fault.
Not me.
I did not
He's
do
just looking
that.
at gingerly like, not us. No. Was not. Grim?
Mega
After seeing him turn
will
into a
be
cat
gone
and
for the
then
next
just
3
off
games.
to
So.
a bar. This is normal for him.
This was
All
Grim's
right,
fault.
Mega,
I know it.
your while you're gone, homework is to research neuron beasts.
Send me a message about that. 'Cause
Yep.
I'll forget.
You will be sitting down and having a conversation about what you want out of life with a neuron beast.
What is best?
What
in
is
life,
best
Conan?
in life?
Isn't there a
The
movie called like a
limitations of the bin.
not Vampire Diaries, but Diaries or
Interview with a vampire.
Yeah, there you go. Interview with a neuron beast or whatever.
Interview with a bester.
Yes,
Billionaire neuron
because
beast.
because you thought you were bad about fucking with minds.
I want to find that super powerful
Process Michael
artifact
Thompson this
and
year,
send it to the sun. That's what I want to do.
Understandable.
So
All
none
right,
of
so
this is
yep,
my
go
fault,
ahead.
yeah?
We are swooshed over. Let's go ahead and go around to the horn. Let us know what you're up to, where else we can find you, where your characters' brains are, what you thought of the surprise twist at the end that I thought I was going to have the chance to work in a little sooner. But let's start with Sunker.
Hello. Eden is not quite sure what to make of all of this. She doesn't quite know. She doesn't see an easy path into going over and getting the council to go over and side with the Legion. The only thing she can possibly do is utilize their knowledge that the council members are broke, and to maybe usher in a little bit of change through that way, and also by going over and getting some a cyber knight enclave here would also probably help. Did not call accidental bombing as the main thing that went over and fucked everything up.
That what you
Also
got from
didn't
that?
call
Accidental?
that.
Yeah, we don't know if it's still accidental or not.
It's still also. I'm not going to go over and make any assumptions, sir. Also didn't go over and call that the neon boy would be an evil boy. I never thought of that. I just thought that was just a nice thing for someone who went over and helped us out. But now your character's evil, and I might have to kill him.
You sound so
Anyways,
happy.
I go by Sunker Maidens by a lot of stuff. You're going to see me an hour from now in Gaia's Wrath, the last episode of our session. I'm most likely going to die. Other than that, you will see me on Monday on Trucker Rob's channel in Rise of the Rune Lords. And I also do my own stupid streaming stuff, and I suck at it. And I also show up on Thursdays and next week, Sundays, on the Common Nerds channel.
All right,
Glad to
and
back.
Hag.
Frost. I always go with the person who's right from me.
Well, I'm Frost. You can find me on Moonskull. You can find me on Legend Seeker. You can find me here. You can find me on Tales from the Dragon's Tavern. And it's nice that Hans finally got to use these powers he's had for 4 advances, but he never wanted to use because they're like weird, and he's like, ugh.
Come on, lads. It's good to be bad.
Yeah. But at least he got to use them in a quasi-professional way, not just screwing around and causing trouble with the afterlife. It's bad enough being a vampire. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna throw it at let's see. We're gonna throw it at Mega, who's not gonna be here.
Hey,
Hi,
Mega
Meg.
here. Yes, I will be gone for the next 3 games. I will be traveling for a bit, so you'll have to survive without me. Good luck, everybody. I hope y'all succeed. I'm sure y'all will. It'll be fine. You can catch me obviously on my channel, Mega Reacts. I don't post much on YouTube right now. It's been like a few months. I'm more active on Patreon. Hit me up there if you want to see weekly reaction videos. Other than that, I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram, BitChute, Odyssey. You name it, I'm on it. Check me out. You can also check me out directly after this game. Well, not directly, about an hour from now, we'll be playing the final game of Gaia's Wrath, my werewolf game, and there will be an announcement at the end of that game. So check us out, and I will throw it to X Boys.
Yes, I am X Boys. I am the leader boy, whatever. So far, I mean, he's just trying to put things together and figure out the answer to what happened here. And so far, everything's leading to Pouts and his night. It's screwing things up right now, so we're gonna figure that out. As to where I hang out, I am usually all around the Discord. I'm also in Trucker Rob's game on Monday as Frederick the Wizard. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll toss it to the doc.
I'm Anvek. I play Sinvis. I do things, I meddle, and I cause trouble. And occasionally I do things that are helpful, but very rarely. Probably find me meddling in other games or pestering people in chats. That's about all I do. Till next time, JT, take it away.
Yes, we will be back in an hour with the final episode of Werewolf: The Apocalypse, Gaia's Wrath. At which point we will have a very special announcement of some cool upcoming things. So please check us out for that last and final awesome show. And please send us some bennies because we're gonna fucking need it because he's gonna kill us.
Check the werewolf chat. You have a chance to get bennies.
I saw what you
What?
said.
Oh, okay.
The furry swimsuit calendar.
No.
But also, thank you for coming and thank you for sending the super chats because it's nice to finally be YouTube a partner affiliate or whatever the hell it's called. And much appreciated. And I will give it to Mr. Circus Frick.
That is me. I am the Circus Freak. You can find me on Kick, growing my Kick channel, playing some Call of Duty. Usually, I will expand to more games as I have more time. Whenever I'm not doing that, you can usually find me hanging out in the Discord, chatting, talking there, and of course, right here, running this game as weekly for you, trying to get you guys through for a compelling story and hoping you guys are enjoying it. If you would be so kind, like and comment on this stream once the video is done. Hit us up in the Discord, find us, you know where to find us, and share it out. Let's see if we can get to the 1,000 in a record time. We just hit 500 a week ago, and we're already almost at 1,000. We need less than 200 to go. Other than that, less than 100. We're over 900 already. So yeah, keep sharing it out. It is working. So yes, that is my gun cabinet noodle. And other than that, we will catch you guys next week. Feel free to definitely come back for Mega's werewolf game. They're going to close that one out. Very short game. Other than that, we will see you guys later. So long, Gibbos. Thanks for coming out.